Yo, what's up? We live? Are we live? What's up? Let me see. There we go. Let me check the audio. Audio, how are you doing? Audio, how are you doing? Okay, it does sound
Audio,
good.
how are you doing?
Okay, it does
Audio,
sound
how are
good.
you doing?
Okay, I'm hoping. Let me know if the audio's okay. What's up, everybody? We are back. Happy holidays. So we got a little charity fundraiser workshop. You guys can see we got the little thing on the bottom says techniques for tips. So we're trying to raise money for the master's program, which Mush is kind of leading, and also Centenari, my wrestling program. So we're not going to force anybody to donate. I'm going to do some techniques. I'm not sure how long, maybe a couple hours actually. I'm going to do a couple techniques. We got grappling dummy here, thanks to Mr. Simway. Worst case, I might have to call Simway. He might have to bribe Simway to come down and help. But yeah, just think of it as a workshop. We're just going to jump around. No particular technique. Might do stuff. I kind of want to work with my cousin was showing yesterday. He got his black belt. Shout out to cousin Rob. He showed some good stuff from the tripod camping position. So we might look into that. That was some good stuff. If you guys see me looking around, that means I just can't see anything. I'm looking at two different screens. Looks good so far. Mush might call in too, so we'll see if we can get Mush to call in. Otherwise, I'm going to do some technique in a little bit. And if you have any techniques you would like to see, you just donate whatever amount you want. Don't be cheap on here, but I'll do whatever technique in my power that I can help you guys with. If you have any questions or you want to see anything specific, today's the day. We're going to be here for a little while, so I need to warm up actually, but I'm gonna work some of that tripod stuff. That's pretty good. And if I need backup Simway, I might have to force Simway, Mr. Evan, to come down and help me. But for now, we're good. So if you guys have any techniques, you can donate. Of course, I'll take super chats, but make sure you're hitting that link in that QR code because that's easier. I can give that money to Mush and to Centenari a lot easier. If you super chat me, that won't get to them because it'll take forever to get that money. And that's basically it. We're going to hang out, do some technique. I don't think we've done any techniques. Alec, we haven't done any techniques on here in forever. Yeah, the audio sounds good. We haven't done any techniques on Alec Balding techniques in forever. So we haven't done it live. This is the first live technique session. So we'll wait for donations. I'm going to actually just start, I think. As you can see, I got the microphone here. So if I get distracted, look, I got to walk. I got to go from here to the microphone, and then I go back and forth. So be patient with me. And that's it, man. We're going to try to raise some money, some real money. My poor wrestling program, they need some more money. They ain't raised nothing, man. So I'll keep an eye on the Cash App, and I'll try to make sure I hit everything. I was going to have Mush do this, but I think it's kind of hard to have someone else monitor the Cash App, and he maybe got to go to the bathroom, somebody Cash App something. I would miss it. So that's basically it. We're going to have a good time, and regardless of what happens, I'm going to do some technique. Shout out to all my haters out there. Where are you guys at? I just want to remind you guys, your favorite grapplers aren't live streaming and answering your questions on live. So just remember that when you guys start to hate me in the comments. Remember that. Where's your favorite grappler at? Are they live streaming and sharing techniques with you? No, they're not. They don't like you. They don't like you. To all the stalkers out there and the creeps out there, you know who you are. Grippo might be dating that girl. Just to put that out there. Grippo might be dating that girl. Shout out to Grippo. I'm happy for you, bro. That's it. I'm going to start doing some technique. There we So I'm gonna work on some tripod passing. Shout out to Big Rob. He showed this yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. You know, Simway kind of passes this way too. So that's some good stuff. Again, if you have any techniques you want to see, right there. Otherwise, just donate too. I'll get started. Move around a little bit. See if you guys can see the So when we say tripod, we mean not like Joseph Chin tripod passing, more like camping passing, which is a tripod too. You know, anytime you're on three legs or your legs and your head, that's tripoding. So remember that. You could just tripod's a position. It's not just you just do tripod here. You can tripod anywhere. You can tripod and mount. You can tripod and side mount. So keep that in mind. So here, I think Rob had the leg, the collar, and here you can go here, pressure in, and pass. Shout out to the grappling dummy. I don't know your gender, but we're gonna work together. Something I was talking about with Mr. Sinway. Sometimes you guys do the shuffle step. What I've been practicing more is kind of like the Mendez style. It's almost like a back step. My boy C does this a lot, so I'll try to demonstrate it right now. So instead of doing shuffle step, I'm gonna do I don't know what to call it. It's almost more of a back step, but it's not like a long step, if that makes any sense. So here, instead of shuffling, you guys shuffle a lot of times. Instead, depending on what grip you have, I can do like a back step. Yeah, so shuffle step is like this. You know, however you tripod. Instead, this time I'm gonna have my grip. Look. So yeah, back step. However you do it, doesn't really matter. So I'm taking a back step. So that's something the Mendez brothers do a lot, you know. Long step, back step, duck under. It all fits together. And of course, when you're doing the tripod pass, Big Rob showed, you know, dummy can't move, but they're going to throw that lasso leg over. That leg's heavy. They're going to lasso, high leg, whatever you like to call it. So we'll work that too. So you're trying to pass. This leg comes over. So when that leg comes over, you can try to, you're not really going to be able to pressure in. Well, Lucas Lepre can pressure in, but, I mean, you guys ain't Lucas Lepre. I'm not Lucas Lepre. So a few things I can do. I can try to duck under, which is where you go under the leg. Sometimes you can swipe this off, you know, depending on who they are. Homeboy Steve back in Atlanta, you know, we can't get that leg off. Oh, he's got weight on there. We can't get that leg off, so it can be kind of tough to address it. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes we can use that for outside pass. Of course, Mr. Sinway likes that outside passing. So using a very similar back step, keep pressure on that lasso and go to the other side. So, lasso, look. passing to the other side. So here, none of it matter. Comes with a high leg, pressure in. And Spirit of Justice, what's up? One thing I like from Lucas, that you throw that lasso in, Lucas gonna pass your guard. So he gonna pressure in on that lasso. You try to open up the lasso, he gonna jump back to the other side. So in here, high leg. Lucas comes in. Boom. What's up, bro? You guys seeing some real jiu-jitsu? I want to see the trolls online do some jiu-jitsu. I never see, they don't even train. I want to see the trolls online that be in the comments. Where are you guys at? Tell me where your school is. I asked one dude, where's your school at? He couldn't answer me. He said he had to go. His tummy was hurting. I want to know where all these trolls online train at. Big Rob also showed some good side mount stuff, so maybe I'll work a little bit of that. So one thing, I wish I had another microphone. Wish I could put that in there. Put it in my gi. One thing he showed, punch choke, very basic move. But you see it in judo. I guess judo people use it. I use it sometimes too, just to be sneaky. And it's just, you just take the collar. You're going across the neck. Pretty basic. Go across the neck. Other hand's going to pull the lapel towards you, like you're pulling like a ripcord or a lawnmower. The lawnmower cord. And then you just hold it. Hey, stare at their eyes as you... We some crazy people, aren't we? So I'm gonna practice that a little bit. So here, punch. So not really a punch, more of a hook. And you don't go over their face. You got to go under the neck, always under the neck. Here, and then I pull. Like that. And of course, they're going to fight you. One thing Big Rob didn't really mention, he showed a different technique, but they're going to be pushing off of you with this arm. Now, this grappling dummy, his arm is already broken. I think Simway broke his arm. He's going to push off of this arm, right? That arm's going to push off of you. So when I'm going for my punch choke, I'm going to come inside, pause on me. I'm going to bring my knee inside, my far leg, and staple. Okay, staple. Continue with your punch choke. So I'm gonna do that a couple times. Here. Pull. This comes in. It's hard to do with this, but I come in with my knee. Punch choke. They try to push away. Bring your knee in. I feel like for my smaller guys too, I feel like we can throw a triangle up from there too, for mounted triangle. You got this already over. Punch choke. I might throw my legs up around around the head to have a little bit stronger position. Maybe go to mount, or like a modified triangle kind of position too. And that way, if you can't get the punch choke, look, I'm going for punch choke. He's in a kind of weird mounted triangle. This arm, he's going to push off with that arm. That arm going to push off on you. You can go for your punch choke. I might let go. Kind of, that Marcelo armbar, reverse armbar, where you push on the elbow. Lock that down. Maybe switch to S mount armbar to the other side. We got to add some razzle dazzle here, man. You guys be doing the same old, same old. And I could do that off the arm pin too. Just arm pin. Go for the step over with your free leg. Keep this arm pin. You got a lot of options, man. Once you get here, look, I just keep it tight. Keep tight. Keep everything together. Oh, yeah. Let me see something. Oh, I'm stretching. There we go. Yeah, keep everything together. Arm bar. Here. Switch. You can keep going for the punch choke. Look, I might even step this leg. Can't even see. Might even step this leg that was pinning his arm. Switch to my triangle, reverse triangle. Whatever you want to do. I mean, you can't mess up once you get them out. I mean, how you guys messing that up? Let's see, Big Rob. What else did Big Rob show? He did tripod pass. He showed some good stuff from side mount too. Tripod passing to side. You gotta learn how to put your pressure, so that can be kind of tough. One of the biggest debates is like what to do with your toes. What to do with your toes. Do I put my toes up, hide my toes? Danny Chopper, what's up, Danny Chopper? I didn't even say Danny Chopper's name. Danny Chopper don't come around unless I start talking about girls, though. I ain't got no girls on today. I got the grappling dummy today, and they're genderless today. I ain't got no girls for you, Danny Chopper. Now, if I get some girls on the live stream, you guys control yourselves. I gotta build your guys' tolerance. You guys can't handle a female presence on here, man. You guys be going crazy. Last time Wendy came on the live stream. Every time Wendy comes on the live stream, something happens though. Wendy, we're not doing anything bad today, Wendy. But every time there's a nipple slip or something. So it's always something, man. This is a family show. Uh, right now we're just doing some techniques. Danny Choppa raising some money. So techniques for tips. We'll take any bit of money you guys will give us, and it's going to a good cause. Both the Masters program and Centenari. Yeah. Danny Choppa says, all good, bro. This is Combat Comfort Stream. Also, Wendy, I ain't involved in that. Yes, you are. If I get in trouble, Danny Choppa get in trouble. That's how we roll. I get in trouble, Danny Choppa in trouble too. Come on, Danny Choppa. Danny Choppa, our fall guy. Shout out to Danny Choppa. He the only one with the blue belt in the live stream right now. It's Sunday, people at work or at church or whatever, so I understand. I'm going to stream regardless. Danny Choppa knows that. So one big issue people have is like what to do with their toes. I don't think you can see my toes. Your toes should be moving. Why your toes got to stay in one place? So when you're on the side, depends on what you're doing. If you're let's see if I can get the side over here. If I'm in the side, look, I keep my toes in an athletic stance, and you really want to drive into your partner, whoever you're working with, your training partners, drive into them. Okay. So yeah, I'm driving in with my toes on the floor, especially if they're shrimping. They're shrimping out, or if I need to go knee on belly. I'm stepping my toes. Let me move the camera down. There you go, look. Stepping my toes down. Strong. You got to move. In a strong positioning. And then once you stabilize, you can put your feet down, if you're resting. Sometimes, like anytime you're going to go to mount or anything, that's when you need to, I don't know if you can see my feet. That's when you need to start tucking your toes in. I'm going to step over to mount or something. I might want to start tucking my toes in at that point, but you still need to be ready to switch your feet out. So you can't learn that unless you train. People be watching online, they don't know how to move. So I'm calling out all my trolls out there. If you've been trolling me, put up your videos. Let me watch your videos. Put a picture on your profile and put your training footage up. Danny Choppa said his pinky toe be breaking. Danny Choppa? That's why Danny Choppa don't like feet. He said, I'm going to figure out a tech. Figure out a technique for us. Otherwise, it's good, man. I don't mind sharing. I don't want to be forced to share technique, though. It's for a good cause, and, it's fun to hang out with you guys. So, yeah, Big Rob showed something else. What did Big Rob show? Showed the tripod passing. Can't pass, basically. Side mount. Something Big Rob said that was really useful, you really want to put that compression on them. So he said when he hear people breathe out, that's when he put more pressure so the air won't go back in. So as far as how to put your pressure, you guys got to train, man. There's no, people be talking out of their asshole sometimes, but you got to train. You got to try to hold someone down. It's tough sometimes. Some people really strong. So you got to move, keep pressure. And I think a smaller person, it's going to depend on your size too. If you're 200, 230, 250, 280, your pressure going to feel different than 150, 135, 150, 175. So it's hard to explain how to develop that pressure. I think you got to go crush people. You got to get that real life experience. But yeah, the basics, get your cross face, near side, knee under the arm, cross face with that same side. I'm trying to figure out where is the best angle. Okay, it's different than what I thought it would be. Okay, yeah, that's the best angle. Yeah, get under the arm with your knee and then under the head. Jesus Christ, that thing's too big. Can you guys see? I need to go this. Yeah, there we go. So there, I want my knees. Your knees should be close to their body. I don't know what else to say. You guys be too far. You be doing a plank. This ain't no plank. You try to rest all your weight on them. And there's a fine balance between you guys getting rolled. So I'm not moving my center of gravity so much. So center of gravity, kind of where your hips are, your stomach. If I start moving too far, big, strong person can knock me over. Reverse me. Okay. So instead of moving my center of gravity, which I will move a little bit, it's more so I'm driving my shoulder into my partner's, right into their neck. MacTube, what's up? Yeah, you need to drive that shoulder, and, you got to move that shoulder around. You got to find the right place to put that pressure down. Everybody's different. So, other hand, you probably have an underhook, possibly. Doesn't matter. And as far as your gripping, cup the shoulder. You can get your hands together. And it is kind of isometric, too. A little bit of isometric pressure there. But, you don't need to, you don't hurt yourself. Does jiu-jitsu feel different in cold weather? Yeah. Your body be getting torn apart if you don't warm up, It's hard to stay warm, You don't feel as good. Ligaments can't take as much when you're cold. That's probably the biggest difference. Like your body temperature, you got to fight the cold to keep warm versus when you go to like Florida or somewhere where you just warm up putting your gi on. Says in my opinion, you get injured a little bit more, yeah. And you're not as active when it's cold. Everybody be slowing down. We slow down. So yeah, that was good. Your pressure again. You guys just gotta. You need to roll and put some weight on somebody. Put some weight on somebody. Sometimes you guys, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys be doing. He says PA grappling is rough when the building you don't got proper AC. Well, that's when you stop training. It get too cold. That happened to me one time. The heat went off one time. We're like, we ain't training no more. It was too hot or too cold actually. So yeah, that's your side mount. And small guys, if you can't put the weight there, just go to knee on belly. To be honest, knee on belly, and like we did earlier, punch choke across the neck. Easy peasy, very simple move. And most people don't respect that punch choke, so you can spam that. I feel like weight distribution is a good way to make yourself seem heavier in spite of, even if you're light. That's true. Some of it is isometric, and your leg. There's a lot of stuff you got to monitor. So if people think pressure, they think just squeeze, but you got to adjust. Anybody that has good pressure, they make tiny adjustments. Little adjustments here. They're reacting to you, and they really won't give you any space, That's why you could have a big guy have no pressure, or a strong guy, they can squeeze you, but their base be off. So, again, you guys got to go train. I can't help you with that. Well, I can't help you through the internet with that. You got to train. No amount of instructionals or DVDs or any of this crap going to help you. I don't care if you buy Danaher's DVD. That ain't going to help you unless you train. Let's see what else I'm Melvin. Let me ask Melvin. I should ask Melvin if I could show his techniques. I might show my own techniques. We did some omoplata too, so maybe we'll look at the omoplata. Evan, I hope I don't break your grappling dummy, bro. I'm sorry. His shoulder, he needs shoulder surgery. So we might look at omoplata. Weight distribution, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like I said, it's hard. Most people can't put their weight down for the life of them. Well, to pin someone is in wrestling is a pin. In jiu-jitsu, where it's about control, and your partner, your opponent's going to be pushing and shoving and turning and kicking and high legging and low legging, shrimping, bridging, oopa. They're gonna do everything in their power. So you got to know how to address everything. A basic move also is just like where to put this hand. If you have an underhook, you're good. But then sometimes you have it over the hip. But then other times you got it on the other side of the hip. So there's so many little details, you guys. I don't know if you can figure that out ecologically or what, or just drill it. We were drilling yesterday. And you know what? I looked around and I was like, man, a lot of people. I think I told Evan this. I was like, man, a lot of people they lazy. Me and Evan, we're gonna get some work done. But I was looking around. Even some of the black belts talking wasn't working. Didn't do the drill. Not really putting effort in. So when people complain about drilling, let me watch them drill. Somebody donated some money. Woo! Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Somebody donated. Who was that? That was some God dog. We appreciate you. Who donated that? Let me give you a shout out. I'm trying to see. Shout out to Daniel Dice with the big tip. Thank you, sir. Did you have a technique for us? We appreciate you. That's some big money. That's going to go to a good cause. So we talked about side mount. We're jumping around today. This is not. Was that you? Thank you, Danny Chopper. We appreciate you, brother. Let's talk about omoplata. That's a kind of a weird but interesting position. We appreciate you, Danny Chopper. Look at Danny Chopper over here. See, that's how he got his blue belt. He says mount concepts for mount. We can talk about some mount. Hey, listen, it's the holidays. I'll take Money Burger's money right now. $10,000. All right, maybe that might be too much. Moneyberg, I got to be careful. Moneyberg might have me doing something on here. I don't want to do. I'll refund that money. I believe he did. He did show me some screenshots. Dorothy Slippers, what's up? You can donate here. You can donate here on the live stream then if you can't get Cash App to work. Sometimes different countries, you guys, they won't let you donate money. So Danny Choppa said some mount concepts. Let's talk about some mount then. So we talked about how to put your pressure, your weight down. Mount, mount is easy position, but it's also probably one of the harder positions to master. Look at Roger Gracie. He probably the only person that mastered mount in the whole history of jiu-jitsu. We can't take Moneyberg. Actually, how much money are you going to give us, Moneyberg? I left Moneyberg alone. All I said, Moneyberg, I said just train. That's all I want him to do. I just want to spread the holiday cheer. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. The mount. I think it's a position we teach so early, but most people. I do work a lot of mount, but most people don't even think about mount anymore. Once they get the blue belt, purple belt, they ain't thinking about mount because it's so hard to hold. So I think what's really important is how to get to mount, your setups. So you probably got to learn how to pass. You got to be able to pass some guard first. You got to be able to pass consistently and hold people, pin them down inside before you can work your mount. But once you get to mount, it's holding it, controlling it, and being patient. I got to say, you got to be patient. If you guys watch Roger Gracie, he patient in his mount. He gonna take his time. Now you guys can't escape that mount. I can't escape it either. But you gotta be able to. You need to know all the details, all the movements to control that. Okay, so once you're going to mount, you've controlled the side, right? You've dominated the side. So. One issue people have, I've been teaching a long time. I hate teaching this. You guys, where my white belts at? My white belt crew, you guys be doing this. This is how you get them out. And then what happened? half guard. I'd be upset constantly. Half guard, half guard, half guard. Half guard's okay, but once you get the side, you need to stay out the half guard. So one thing everybody's got to work on is how to not telegraph that move. So you don't just pick up your leg like you're a dog peeing. So I'm going to keep my leg, my shin in the crook of their hip. Just like you do knee on belly, crook of the hip, okay? MacTube says, Mount is scarier in MMA because of ground and pound. In jiu-jitsu, people feel less worried about submissions there. Ideally, you should have a good enough mount to be able to finish most people. The same thing in MMA. You should be able to get the mount and do some damage from there, okay? So ideally, I usually will keep that cross face and underhook. Keep that stuff. And then when I go to mount, we talked about feet placement, but my knees are kind of close to my opponent, my partner. So when I get ready to step over, I do like a windshield wiping motion, not this motion here. I do a windshield wiper, so I drive my knee to the mat. At the same time, I'm kind of going up higher on their body, and then I windshield wipe away. But the whole time I'm doing that, knees tight to the hips. And I walk those feet up higher, okay? If your feet are low, they're gonna do some shenanigans down there. They're gonna try to trap your foot in weird ways, go across. They're gonna try to strip under, recompose their guard, which is what they should be doing. So you got to make sure. If you have someone properly pinned their upper body with the cross face underhook, you step over. It should be tough, okay? Danny Choppa says, I promise you, go against someone with even a decent mount. It is hell getting out. Yeah. Well, you don't want to get mounted, but you want to mount others, right? So once you get to mount, hopefully you did it safely. Boom, we're here. There is unless you're doing MMA, don't get up this high. Unless you're throwing punches. I wish I could hit the trolls like this in the comment section. They can't get out of the mount anyway. They can't get out of that mount. Push that down a little bit. There we go. They can't get out of this mount. If you go against Roger Gracie or someone like that, probably Gordon, it's pretty tough. But even if they're small too, small people got good mounts as well. Dorothy Slipper says, this is the move the Demon does to Grippo Doll. Nah, he got Grippo flipped over. We ain't working that. We ain't working that on this live stream. I'm sorry. We ain't doing nothing Josiah wants to do to this doll. This is a family show. LO Snap, what's up, brother? LO Snap said, show some wrestling. I don't know if I might have to pull out, get Sinway to come down and help me with that. The technique image is getting in the way. Yeah, let me see what I can do. Well, I need it to be annoying, so you want to donate money. It got to be in the way, so you want to donate money. He says, when you mention some of these things, it's crazy how much I pull out the Roger Gracie X choke. Yeah, flow state. Well, there's only one path when you got the mount. You need to get to the finish. He says, good, there you go. Look, see, that's all you had to do, MacTube. So, once you get them out, I always walk my hips up high, and I go straight for the head, controlling the head. And that way, if you let them put their head on the mat, they're going to bridge. The Demon is working his turtle attacks. Yeah, he's going to dance the night away. Ole, ole, ole. The Demon. Dorothy Slippers, why are you calling him that? Now, that does actually might be a good nickname, but. So, yeah, I'm controlling the head under, and that way it's going to be hard for them to bridge. And you got to have patience. If you watch Roger Gracie, he just slowly starts to engulf you, the wet blanket. They talking about the Demon, bro. I think Grippo dating that girl. We're not gonna pull up. Maybe tomorrow we'll pull up the video or the picture. But I think he dating that girl. So Josiah, wherever you are, you were wrong. He said they were just friends. I don't think they just friends no more. Everybody, they about to they about to do some nogi. They about to do some nogi, some parterre. So once I get here, just keep your position. People start to panic, and they're gonna start doing crazy stuff. Once I'm here, Danny Choppa likes the Hodger Gracie stuff. So once I already have this grip under his head, I can start to work my grip. Have the control under his head. I can start to work a grip, and I kind of covered this in my home low video. But I can do you can do traditional cross choke. There's modifications. Whatever you're doing, you got to make sure you get that arm under their chin. Well, some assholes will put it on the jaw. We don't do that over here. He says, man, you sent Joe on off the deep end. He been dropping videos like, that is not my fault. Grippo trying to get laid. That ain't my fault. I'm happy for Grippo. And if Josiah can't be happy that man getting laid, I don't know what else to say. He need to stop. Hello, Snap, bro, been off the deep end, yeah. Well, he saw Grippo was happy. He got upset. That's how you know he a stalker and a creep. I need to fix it. Give me 1 second. Ugh. I'm over here laying on the doll. Got me looking like Josiah on the doll over here. Where's that chat? Here you go. I'm going to move this over too. There we go. Is that better? A little bit. There we go. Low key been taking these notes out. Okay. No, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you, brother. Carol, Kadil. Carol, thank you, Carol. Carol, what technique you want? Tickle technique? Carol be tickling people. Thank you, Carol. Carol, let me know what technique you want to see. So yeah, I got this grip here, Danny Choppa. And man, there's not much you gotta do. Listen, you start putting pressure on people's neck, what happens? The arm comes up. The arm comes up pushing off on you. So I can either go with my choke or go to S-mount armbar. So I mean, basic stuff we teach in the beginners classes, I can go for my choke. If I can finish there, perfect. When I go for my chokes, look, I start to go up higher. And then I mentioned earlier tripoding, but I can tripod here too. And you just got to stay on the choke. If I can't get the choke, they're pressuring in. I'm going to start to walk my legs up. S-mount. Once you get the S-mount, you guys got to be able to finish, okay? Kadil, tell me what technique you want to see. He says, your boy Shadur looking almost like a pro today. Look at Dorothy Slippers changing his tune. Josiah would have the Grippo dummy in a triangle in a minute. Josiah can't even do a triangle. Jared, what's up? He says, I need techniques to pass Alex Guard for old people. Uh-oh. Jared, that's not fair, Jared. That ain't fair, Jared. No, Jared. Jared said, oh, okay. I thought it was Carol. Jared, I don't know. Let me see if I can come up with something for you. So S-mount. I mean, you can't mess up S-mount. Go for the arm bar. Go near side arm bar, far side arm bar. You got to be able to finish. So Danny Choppa, you got to get your mount to where your percentage of finishing is super high. That's what you got to do. No standing passes. Okay. Jared Bear said he needed a pass to get past me. Is that possible, Jared? Oh, don't do over under, Jared. Don't do over under, Jared Bear. Don't do over under, Jared. Me and Jared be stuck in over under. Let's fix the over under, Jared. That might be easier for you. So over under, you guys know over under. I need a better camera, but It's got this leg up. This look like what Josiah wanted to do. Not your Josiah, Jared. Internet Josiah. He said, does that first arm come across the neck or go to the middle chest? Yeah, across the neck, brother. Across the neck. Yeah, I'm going across the neck. You try to turn their face. Try to turn their face. Yeah, go for the choke. Patience. Honestly, you stay in mount, people start messing up. You watch it from TV? Oh, my head. I don't know where my head is. So yeah, over under, you got the arm under the leg here, arm over the bottom leg. Okay, just like this. So one thing me and Jared get in a battle, I'm compact. So Jared try to do that back step. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch Jared. So he tried to do the back step. I catch him. So that can be tough. Something I've been doing. Don't do this to me, Jared. I've been doing with Tony. So maybe you staying lower. Of course, you got the dog bar and stuff like that. Something I've been doing, especially with Tony, because he tries to clear my arm. So he tries to bring the arm down. So it might hurt your shoulder though. One thing Murillo does, if you can get them to commit to this leg, Jer, where they push it down, switch it over. That's one option. Something I do when I'm in over under. I try to beat that arm. You see this arm, Jared? I think this is where you be having issues with, because I keep that arm in close and I try to compress your arm. I think when I do my over under, I go under their arm. So no matter what they do to push me, I can always kind of pull that up with the over under leg. So when I go, get there. And I'm always ready for the duck under too. Like I can't get this, I start going to the other side, cutting to the other side, Jer Bear. Cut to the other side with the underhook, underhook on the leg, and get into a stack. Get to that good stack position, Jer Bear. And it is easier when you stand up, but you can compress people just from on your knees too. Here. Pressure. Control the side. Yeah, I would think about that leading arm, Jer. This leading arm, because that's where I, when you guys get me over under. I need to ask Evan to help me. Yeah, when you guys get me over under, I'm blocking. Can't even see myself. Yeah, I'm blocking this arm, Jer. So sometimes I have your arm pinned or I'm holding the back. But if you can get under my arm, I can't do that kind of cool stuff, that reversal stuff. Carol, what you saying, Kadil? Force the half. Yeah, he could force the half guard. He trying to pass me though. Arturo, he trying to pass me. Well, if you force half, I'm gonna play some half guard. I'm gonna play some waiter sweep, some other stuff. Yeah, be ready. Alrighty, all right, Jer. Arturo, he trying to pass me. Those some good questions. He laughing. Now, Carol be doing crazy jiu-jitsu. You just gotta make her laugh. You can beat Carol because her rib hurt. You just gotta make Carol laugh. Her rib gonna hurt. I'm a boy. Carol understands that, and Jared and Carol get that one. I'm a boy. Dorothy Slipper's at Dorothy Slippers. You're supposed to tip. You're supposed to tip for technique, Dorothy Slipper. But yeah, with the neck control from the mount, I'm trying to get under the neck, man. So whatever grip you have could be this kind of palm down grip. I'm going, across the neck. Sometimes the chin is in the way. That's fine. But eventually I got to work my arm down. Jared, Jared, my boy. That's a good one. This has been a fun live stream. So I had palm down. If I go palm up, same detail. Sometimes you're going to catch that jaw a little bit. That's fine. What happens is when I go for the secondary grip, my hands need to get under the neck at that point. Oh, yeah, Canadian. I forgot you're Canadian. My bad. Oh, my bad, bro. I forgot you were looking at that. Carol? No, I'm not, Carol. 3x7. What is that, Carol? What's 3x7? So I'm here. Got my grip. I mean, people are tough. Actually, most people don't defend properly, to be honest. They be letting you choke them out. You guys got to, something we don't talk about with these chokes, you got to have some grip strength. You guys got to work your grip. If you got a weak grip, you won't be able to choke nobody out. So when I'm getting my grip, also, I need to make sure, because you see my palm now, it's in a very weakened position. I got to turn my palm up. So I get my grip, turn your palm up, okay? And I'm using my forearm and my body to help adjust. And then when I go for the secondary arm, and for the love of God, when you do your chokes, you guys be leaving your elbows out. Pull your elbows into your chest like karate class. So you guys got to pull for your back. A lot of you guys, you're trying to choke people with your arms. That ain't how you do a choke. Danny Choppa said he might convert it for you. Chef's kiss, Alec. Okay. Pause on that. Pause. No, maybe, bro. Pause on that, bro. Cadillo says, trolling by Jared. Oh, 3x7, which I can forgive. All right, Carol. We love you, Cadillo. We love you. And Dustin's worse than everybody. Dustin, the biggest troll. Literally and figuratively. Dustin, the biggest troll. Dusty be trolling Moneybird more than me. But yeah, you got your choke. Pull for your back, man. And make sure your choke's good before you go for it. If your choke's half-assed, you're not gonna get that. Make sure that choke's in. Danny Choppa says, "I'm glad we got a real crowd in these streams, even if some things go south." Yeah, it does very often go south. Very often this live stream goes south. But we appreciate you guys. We appreciate everybody, even the crazy people, the stalkers and the creeps. I think we're gonna look at some omoplata because that's what I kind of worked yesterday a little bit. We're gonna work some omoplata now. Again, if you guys have any techniques you want me to see, go ahead and tip. It's for a good cause. I do have some chocolate to help get me through. Sorry, somebody, I got some of your chocolate. The green tea Kit Kat from Japan. There we go. If Carol was here, she would have some high chews, some chocolate. Carol brought some good chocolate the other day, man. I was eating that chocolate. Me and Dusty. Right, omoplata time. So omoplata, um, honestly, if you want a good omoplata, you need to develop a collar sleeve game. Okay, collar sleeve. You got to be able to at least get to that position, I believe. Um, there's some old school omoplata from like, closed guard with your feet on the hips. That does work a little bit, but let's be honest. Most times you'll need a collar sleeve guard. Okay, so your collar and sleeve on the same side. All right. From here, I need to get that elbow open. If you don't have the elbow, no omoplata for you. Okay, so I'm opening that elbow, and when I say collar sleeve, your feet placement is going to move around. It could be De La Hiva, could be foot on the hip, could be other foot on the shoulder. You need to be able to move your legs, okay, and hold a position. If you can't hold collar sleeve, it's going to be tough. So I have my foot on this foot right here on the hip. When I see an opening, I'm going to pull the collar and sleeve towards my upper body and throw that bottom leg, that free leg across, all right? And something I like to do, I like to keep that collar grip because, say I go someone big, I don't have the collar. Sometimes they can just posture up and pull their arm out. So when I keep that collar, guys, it's like a tether, okay? Carol, stop spending all your money at the Cracker Barrel. Carol, we appreciate you, Carol, but you spend too much money over there. Okay, so I get my collar sleeve, omoplata. I'm trying to think what most people do. Just don't let them jump across your body. Yeah, Danny Chop would be at the Cracker Barrel. They ain't got no Cracker Barrel up here, do they? You just go, Danny Chop would go to a diner. So yeah, when I get my omoplata, this doll don't have an arm really. Look, I got him in a good position. Yeah, when I get that omoplata, guys, the quicker you can sit up, the better. Try to sit up. And, there's a big debate on if you keep your legs closed, crossed, leave them open, or turn to the side. Do whatever feels comfortable. Yeah, do whatever feels comfortable. I think somebody just donated. No, me not. Do whatever feels comfortable. I do want to point out, you guys got to keep this arm in your near hip. If you let this arm come out to the side, gotta go. Oh, no problem, Kadil. We'll see you later. If you let this arm come out to the side, we were actually working this yesterday. Melvin, the other guy that got his black belt. There's some really good escapes where they can pull your hip to the other side and pop up and pass your guard, okay? So I need to make sure this is contained. And something I'll do, I'll just physically grab that sleeve and tuck it in. At the same time, when I'm ready, I take my legs to the side. And then I can start to look to grab the collar, sometimes grab the horse collar, sometimes grab the far collar. And now I need to start pulling myself up. Okay. And I'll try to finish here, depending on where he is or where she is. Something I do like to do, you see, like Andres Bernowski does this a lot. He'll have this, maybe look for the far underhook, and he'll go to sit back. So that also works really well too. Okay, or just finish old school style. So old school style can be kind of tough, Yeah, can't get the head out of here. Yeah, but you just trap the arm, pull yourself up, and you got to stay on that arm, okay? Stay on that arm. That's the most basic omoplata. I will say it can be hard to control all this, It's hard to control this and get people to this point. If you guys watch Rosinski versus Nolan Stewart, it took a minute for Rosinski to give up. So omoplata is a submission, but it's also a position. So think about that. And let me see if I can do that defense for you guys. This dummy, oh, he got out of his gi. So similar thing. If I get caught omoplata, well, they're not gonna leave their leg open, right? Because I'll bust through there. Pause on me. But if you let them get that arm across the hip, they can pass to the other side. Okay. So this is a big issue with white belts. When you're training with white belts and they go for armbar, you're in their closed guard to go for armbar. Yeah, they go for armbar, but they go for the wrong arm. Same thing. Pull the arm across. Okay. So be careful when you do omoplata. If you can't do triangle and armbar, you don't have those mastered, probably leave the omoplata alone. If that makes any sense. All right, guys. If you can't do omoplata, okay, see. If you can't do omoplata, probably leave that alone. If you can't do armbar and triangle, which we probably should cover, armbar and triangle, probably leave omoplata alone, because it does take some core, and it takes, not only core, but you got to be able to move your body out of the way and roll. You got to flip and jump. Arturo says, I can't triangle no one with my short legs. If you're short, I'm not the tallest guy either. Shout out to Tiana. She's shorter than me. If you're short, I think the best option is to do the mounted triangles. Arturo, you got to donate. Remember, I'm in a festive mood, but please try to donate if you have a technique. You have a question about technique. I got injured doing triangle, and then I read a report that 40% of injuries in BJJ are MCL injuries from people trying to apply a triangle. Well, if you do it properly, sometimes, you people get excited. I got the triangle. Let me squeeze harder. Hurt yourself. So you got to be careful. If you feel pain, you're pulling on your leg. Let's talk about the triangle then. Makes sense with my legs right now. So I think if you're shorter, armbar, triangle, wrist lock. Danny Choppa. Danny Choppa. See, Danny Choppa, that's why we demoted you to blue belt. We wrist lock and white belts. So I think especially smaller people, master the triangle for mount first if you can. Or roll with some kids. You can triangle some kids, right? So we did a mounted triangle earlier, but I'm inside. If I can pin this arm, great, pin it to their body. That gives me an opportunity to thread my leg across, right? All right, so once I'm here, for my shorter people, it's almost better to get here in a mount. If you got to be good enough to get to mount. It's almost better to set up your triangle from here because, usually if you're shorter, what I notice with short people, usually the thighs are too thick. Calves too big. You guys you have trouble keeping that space. Yeah, you guys have trouble keeping this space. So there's usually space between their neck and the hamstring. But when you're doing triangle, guys, look. You got to take all that space out of there. You got to maximize all your space. From here, get the arm across your body. And you do need a little bit of leg. I can't lie. Khabib triangle, yeah. Well, triangle been around longer than Khabib. We've been doing this longer than Khabib been around. But yeah, I'm here. You should almost be able to finish people from here. So I'm compressing here. When I need to, I can either finish from here by leaning forward, locking my legs. Okay. And really important, most people hurt themselves. Again, they don't have the position locked up. So Notice here I have strong foot flexion. The triangle is on, arm across the body. I can either come back, boom, or I can even roll through and finish from here. Okay, but most people have their issue is here. There's too much space here. Most short people they got trouble. Well, maybe their legs too short, but they usually don't. They're not in that zone where they get your hamstring next to their neck. Okay. And you know what? Some people you can't choke out. Some people too big. Why are you trying to choke out the 300 triangle choke the 300-pound person, 250-pound person? You ain't gonna triangle them. You can armbar them though. But yeah, I would say practice with kids. That's how I got good at the triangle when I do it. Practice with kids and practice from mount. Really getting that hamstring connection right to the neck. As most short people, they don't get that. And then they complain. I know, I'm just saying they've been around forever. He is good at it, though. Dorothy Slipper says he was injured doing triangle. MCL. Yeah, if you got knee issues, don't do the triangle. Or do it to the other side. Danny Chopper says, I heel hook yellow belts as well. Danny Chopper, a menace. Sorry, I ain't trying to deviate too much. You giving elite level knowledge on a fair price. Is this go to, yeah. Thigh master squeeze. No, listen, your thigh's too big. You short people, short kings and queens, your legs are too thick. That's why skinny people can do the triangle. But if you too much muscle, you guys' legs too big. I just said you guys can't get into position. You need. No, you don't want your legs to get bigger. You need to get smaller legs. But yeah, I'm here. Again, you see how this is off? I need a better angle, so I need to get my hamstring. Yeah, hamstring. Most of the triangle's just from that one leg. If you get the one leg in position, you good. And don't let the arm slip out. And medium height, but squatting 3 times per week. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. You guys too thick. Look at most jiu-jitsu people. They ain't got no legs. Gordon ain't got no legs. Hodger ain't got no legs. Most of these guys, the best guard players ain't got no legs. John Thomas. Sorry, John. If your leg too thick, you can't do all this stuff. Danny Chopper says, as a skinny dude, the triangle still hurts. But as Alex says, might be someone too big. I tried triangling on people who are pushing 250 and 300. Well, at that point, they got counter triangle techniques. So they wait for people to go for triangle on them. And they be ready to counter. So we did the over under. Well, big guys will put themselves in the triangle because they know you guys can't finish it. So they put themselves in a triangle, let you lock it up, and what they do, they turn the corner. They grab your gi with the free hand and turn the corner hard. Yeah. Big guys are smart. They let you do the triangle, let you throw your legs up, and that's it. They ready to pass your guard. They're going to cut the angle. So, you should probably go for omoplata if you're going against bigger people, Danny Choppa. Yeah, you should probably go for omoplata if you're going with bigger people. And, or I'm not sure how tall you are. I don't think you're that tall, Danny Choppa. You should be, you shouldn't be triangling those 200-pound, 250, 300-pound people, bro. You shouldn't be doing that. Even if you get the triangle, they're just going to stack you. You know the old school stacks? Here. Control the hip. And look, they just pull you up. Yeah, they go across. Grab the knee, go across. Turn, boom. Stand up, boom. So you guys got to be smart. You know, if it hurts, don't do it. Yeah, if it hurt, don't do it. So that was good. Umaplata. I mean, it's easy. All this stuff can be messed up. We can all mess all this stuff up. He says, yeah, if you go against someone your own height, but they weigh more than you got a false sense of security. Yep. They weigh, well, that's their jujitsu. That's their strategy. It was smart strategy. Granted, they aren't around 250, but still 200 pounds. False sense of security. Well, 200 pounds could mean anything nowadays. Could be a short, stocky person. Could be a tall, lanky person. Could be anybody in 200 pounds. Yeah, you just got. Well, you gotta try to get out of there. If you shouldn't have got yourself in that trouble. Danny Choppa would be getting himself in trouble. You gotta get yourself out of that sticky situation, Danny Choppa. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most big guys gonna have a technique to get out of that. So, if you can back away. I'm trying to think of what I do. Well, I don't shoot triangles all like that. But when you're here, I don't know if you guys can even see me. I need to scoot back up. Yeah. This way. Danny Choppa. Well, don't compare yourself to LL Snap. That's different. He different. He built different. I'm happy he's alive. The way he be acting, I'm happy he alive. Let me see if someone texts me or something. I think I'm okay. Oh, never mind. So yeah, your triangle. If I feel like I'm going for triangle, and I'm like, I think my mindset is, hey, let me go to Umaplata. So I'm gonna start trying to push their head away, either hand in the collar, hand on the head, and just move out of that triangle if I can, or if I feel like I just can't finish it. You're trying your best to finish. I'll probably start attacking this arm, trying to push it in my hip. If I can't do that, yeah, I usually just try to push them away as soon as I can. I wouldn't play around with that. My man brought up LO Snap. LO Snap been good. He been on his best behavior. Must be the pain medication. But yeah, if you're going for triangle, I mean, sometimes you can't finish a triangle. Yeah, you just can't finish. We're gonna push the head away, but don't lose the arm, everybody. Push the head away, and bring the other leg across. Now we're in Umaplata. I said earlier, control the collar, and I'll control that Umaplata. Okay, that works really well. Worst case, you move back to closed guard if you can get there. Okay. And we talked about Hodger Gracie, but Hodger Gracie got the best closed guard. What did Hodger Gracie used to do, Danny Choppa? What was his technique from closed guard? Was it something fancy? No, it wasn't, right? You get the closed guard. Something I've been seeing Helena do. She just been doing basic jiu-jitsu. And if you watch Adele, same thing, basic jiu-jitsu. They get the closed guard, right? I'm not saying the girls' levels are super high that they're fighting, but they just get the arm across the body and take the back. Pretty simple. Push the arm across your body. Now, depending on what they're gripping, you might have to do some grip breaks. But it's simple stuff. Hip bump sweep. Yeah, she did. She does both. Well, Hodger don't do no hip bump. He don't have to. But she did it in she does both though. She does both, Arturo. She can go hip bump sweep, which probably shouldn't work at black belt, but you know, that means if you can do hip bump sweep, that means they're sitting back to where you can sit up for hip bump. And then the girl, yeah, it's good to break posture. Yeah, but listen, most people, when the last time you saw a hip bump sweep, bro? That's it, Helena. That's the last time you saw a hip bump sweep. That I can, in the last 5 years, Helena. I think that's more so the girls she's fighting aren't good, though. Because homegirl she fought, I don't know where her arm was. I think she pulled her arm out. She went hip bump sweep. Girl pulled her arm out, and then she sat back for the head and arm choke. That girl knew what she was doing. That girl had her hands on the floor, bro. That girl had her hands on the floor and closed guard. Rule number 1, close guard. What did they tell you in beginner's class? What did we tell you in beginner's class? Motherfucker, but why did you who got caught in the hip bump? Why was her hands on the floor? Why was her hands on the floor, Arturo? What black belt keep their hands? What black belt you know, the girl that got caught with this, what black belt you know in close guard what black, listen, look at me. What black belt you know in close guard got their hands on the floor? Huh? What girl? Well, who gonna do that at black belt? Hands on the floor. Who putting their Arturo? Who is putting their hands on the floor in close guard? Who in jiu-jitsu? I'm looking at Arturo. I'm going after him. You grab the arm and drag it when they push you down from hip bump. Motherfucker, what black belt? What black belt's getting caught in hip bump sweep? I'm not saying it's not impossible, but come on, that ain't right. Oh, thank you, sir. What was that girl doing? I can't explain it. Now, just about everybody in jiu-jitsu, okay, close guard, look, hands on your opponent, hands on the collar, hands in the armpit, hands on the hip. Hell, I'll take the elbow in the leg over that. That girl had her arms on the floor, hip bumped into a head and arm choke. I'm not saying that girl's not good. She's beautiful, actually. That girl's beautiful. LL Snap said he might risk his marriage for that. I'm just saying, what the hell was that girl thinking? In every girl Helena fight, they do this. They go to close guard, arm go across the back, arm go across the stomach so fast. Thank you, sir. I'm not attacking you too much, but yeah, I understand. No, hip bump is amazing. Good. At what black belt level? You don't see that at no black belt level. Masters, what masters? They don't do none of that at masters. Adult, I don't know what they're doing. Danny Chopper say he's happy to have his blue belt. You guys know I'm sweating. Whew. But yeah, my white belts out there. You know, a lot of people that on here that don't train. Listen, when you get to close guard, don't put your hands on. Listen, day one, don't put your hands on the floor. You know, they can go cross choke, boom. Hip bump, they sit up, go hip bump, Kimura, scissor sweep, you know, whatever, I don't know. Listen, keep your hands on the collar, both hands in one, boom. Grab two, boom. Hands in the arm, yeah. Hands on the hip. Anything's better than the hands on the floor. And then once you're up, you know, see, that's why I can't teach too much. I be getting angry. I be getting angry. I tell Sinway I don't want to teach. Sinway say you got to teach. He says, I have a question. What is your best suggestion? MacTube, so you please try to donate if you have a question, please, okay? Please try to donate if you can. I think Dorothy Slipper's having trouble, though. So remember, we're trying to raise funds. Please, If you can, please try to donate whatever you can before when you have a question. Now I'm in a festive mood, so I'm gonna try to answer it, but please try to donate if you can. Uh, Again, I don't see your favorite grapplers or your favorite grapplers live streaming techniques for you guys. I don't think so. He says, "What is your best suggestion for recovery and pain relief? Any supplements?" Sleep. I do have some homeboys that are big into red light therapy and all this other stuff. VO2 max. I think sleep is number one. You know, when you're training really hard, I mean, really, really training hard, not like ecological training. I mean, like really hard training. You need to be taking naps and sleeping. So anything that helps your sleeping, helping you get more sleep, that could be your diet. You know, magnesium. Magnesium plays a big part, either supplementary or through foods. Trying to stick to a schedule, bedtime. Yeah, I think sleep always going to be number one. Some people do peptides, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Some people taking blue scorpion venom, whatever the hell that is. I think diet is most important. Diet to help your sleep and recovery. I think that's the most important thing. Making sure you get the proper nutrients. Some people are using other stuff. You need to be prescribed. I try my best not to take anything. I don't want to take anything. I like my hair. I like my everything the way it is. I don't want nothing shrinking. I can't afford to have nothing shrink over here, man. It's rough out here. So yeah, I always promote you guys have a clean, healthy lifestyle. So yeah, not too many supplements unless you need them. I think a good diet goes a long ways. Stress, manage your stress. Some of you guys be stressed out. I be stressed out live streaming, but nothing I can do about that. But yeah, try to manage your stress. You feel yourself getting angry or anxiety, try to do your best for that. Okay, yeah, no worries, bro. We understand. That's it, man. I'm sure everybody else got their own things they're doing. You got kids. Well, that's on you, bro. I can't help you, bro. I can't take them kids off you, bro. I'm sorry. I'm Uncle Alec. I'm not Daddy Alec. I can play with them for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. I can rile them up and give them back to you. Will that help you? I can rile them up. Let's see. Let's look at some leg lock stuff, because if nobody has a question, I'm just gonna do stuff I want to do. So I was rolling with Melvin yesterday, and I was working some ankle lock stuff. Kids equal no sleep. Yeah, well, how many kids do you have, Arturo? Because Placido got 8. Now, I don't know how he does it. He got 8 kids, but he does it somehow. His wife's a saint. 2. He got 8 kids. Yeah, I don't know if he take care of them, though. Placido, you be taking care of all them kids? Okay, so we were looking at ankle lock yesterday. Don't know how you feed that many. Yeah, I don't know either. And he won Nogi Worlds at brown belt somehow. So ankle lock, I'm almost at $300 a month in grocery. Woo, oh bro, I could eat $300. I could eat $300 a month by myself. You go to Costco. I know he definitely got to go to Costco with that budget. I'll say a prayer for everybody. Say a prayer for Arturo. He gonna have to do a live stream. We're gonna have to do a charity live stream for him. HEB. Okay, what is that? It's like the same thing. BJ's or something. So your ankle lock. There's different ways to get into your ankle lock. We're just gonna get into the basics. So yeah, I'm here. This is like a basic ashi with the foot trapped underneath, other foot on top. I don't really do this one too often with my foot here. I do like to get that. Oh, it's like Kroger's. Okay. I only been to Texas a couple times. I don't remember stopping for groceries though. Shout out to Texas. What we got a lot of Texas representatives over here. This is 8 Kids, Means Daily, Costco runs. Hey, the thing is you can have some good fun at Costco. So I don't really keep this foot here too often. Maybe more no-gi. I prefer to get this underhook. I forget what they call it. Some type of butterfly ashi. I don't know what they call it. This little hook under the leg. Yeah, boom. So I really like that grip. It's kind of tough to deal with. I was rolling with Melvin. It was tough for him. It's tough for everybody to deal with. So depending on what type of grip you get on the ankle, everybody does their ankle locks differently. You know, Szynski, he does his ankle lock one way. Mikey does it a different way. Everybody got a different take on it. So I think you guys, again, it's another move. You guys can't even see my head. It's one of those moves where you got to practice. You know, you need to grab a partner, grab your wife, your girlfriend, your grappling dummy, whatever you got, and practice, okay? So when I get my grip, you know, in the gi, I really like that under collar grip, cross collar grip. So I'm here, you go under, and I'm grabbing my cross collar, okay? And, you know, some people like to go backwards. You know, if you're super strong, you can do that. Where's Craig at? I don't know. We doing the seminar. We're doing the workshop right now. I can't keep up with Craig. He in Asia probably. I don't know. So, yeah. So I get this grip. You guys can go back. What's really important is this hook. Really use that hook. Yeah, use this hook to keep control of that leg if you guys can. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Really use this hook to help you control that leg. And something I've been doing more is kind of like the Aoki variation. It's kind of hard to do on this dummy. So instead of going backwards, we're kind of leaning kind of in to the side and getting that heel, moving that heel kind of, instead of going this way, we're going outside, outwardly. So really putting pressure on that leg. One thing I will say, especially when you're competing, people don't feel the ankle lock really. So unless you're Szynski, he can pop your leg while demonstrating the move, it's kind of tough. And I think if you have smaller arms, it works better. Kind of similar to the Darce choke. So as far as how to get to there, usually I go from, you know, when people double guard, double pull or something, I'll do that. Or if someone gives me a leg. Yeah, someone gives me a leg or something, I'll just kind of slide on there. Cross collar grip. And I like right now I don't have that butterfly ashi hook. I really try to get that in if I can. Butterfly ashi here. And again, I'm not going backwards. I'm kind of turning. So, I mean, if this dummy was real, he would be in pain right now. Okay. There's different grips I can do. Rear naked choke grip. There's a million different variations. I don't know why we're just doing gi. We can do no-gi techniques too. But, you know, ankle lock, you can do this one. If they're standing, you can do it. Sometimes I'll bring this leg out. Go across. That's even worse. Yeah. Tears the leg off. But the ankle lock's really good. You're seeing that more in no-gi. A lot of no-gi people going for that. Gi people going for it. Everybody's going for the ankle lock. And a little bit more easier to control than heel hooks. You know, people can spin out of heel hooks all day. You know, if you're going for heel hooks, we saw this at Nogi Worlds. You guys still, yeah, we're still good. We saw this at Nogi Worlds. You know, people trying to go for outside heel hook, but they're in a 50-50, like a regular ashi. It's kind of hard to finish that because you don't have control over the leg. So if I'm going for an outside heel hook from here, my inside leg is blocking the rotation. I can't rotate. You can try, but it's kind of tough. So instead, you almost want that cross ashi. So a reap, as we say in the gi, yeah. And now it's going to be easier to get the rotation on that. Who's texting me? Oh, Jared tried to Venmo me, or someone tried to Venmo me. Khalil. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just on Cash App, everybody. So yeah, get that cross ashi, and you really need to. Yeah, you really need to kind of keep this leg in one place. You got to control the leg. Everything's about control. Keep the leg in one place, and then when you start to twist the ankle, okay. If I don't have that control, you know, it's kind of loose, that knee's going to turn. So it's almost worse when you guys going for leg locks, you leave too much space because people think they can get out. Okay. And as far as defense, defense is important. A couple of the kids, they will get in, you know, they're in ashi. And they're, you know, something I was noticing in Nogi Worlds, people they're not hand fighting. You know, when someone's going for your legs, it's better to be on your butt. Did you guys know that? Like, it's better to be on your butt. And then that way, okay, let me see what's on there. That way you can actually, you know, defend. Zippery, what's up, bro? What's Zippery at? So yeah, I'm here. It's the same crap. Same old crap. So if I'm here, you know, think about Gabrielle's match. Where were her hands at? They're all the way over here. So they're trying to get your heel. You got to pull their arm off. You know, I got the sleeve grip here, obviously. And what you need to do, you need to turn your foot opposite. So we call that the running man escape. I'm turning my foot opposite. Okay. From here, depending on what they have, you know, say they had to do an ashi. So I'm turning my heel down, and I need to start opening their legs, you know, with consent, obviously, respectfully. So a lot of times I'll push both legs or top leg down and escape my knee line. Okay. If you turn here and you have your knee in between their legs, they can still attack. They can still attack you. So I'm trying to escape my leg, push down. From here, you have a couple different moves. So AOJ guys will keep this leg, and they can roll. That's all good. Thank you, Danny Chop. Appreciate you, bro. So something I'll do, I'll keep this almost like a Junie lock. You could actually go for Junie lock here in Nogi. Go for Junie lock. Or I'll just roll through and go for like a crab ride. Yeah, get off me. The dummy almost took the power off. We appreciate you, Danny Choppa. This how some white belts be moving. This how grab your hand. They be grabbing your left hand. They be your left hand. This how white belts be moving. But yeah, those leg locks defense is important. I'm gonna look at that again. It's all good, Danny Choppa. I just want my haters. Where my haters at? Where my haters that be up in the comments talking shit? Where are the haters at? Where are you guys at? Where are your techniques? Oh, let me put your techniques up, haters. Where are you guys at? I just want to see them. Where are they at? They be talking shit. Where are you at? Where your technique at? Can I see you guys roll? No. They won't even tell you where their school is. Tell me where your school is. I'll come visit. Was anybody here the other day when somebody was hating and we're like, hey, where's your school at? He said he had to go. He said his mom was calling him. So again, I'm in that cross ashi. Well, this is regular ashi. So ashi would be 50-50, right? Single leg X. Cross ashi, reaping X. Okay. So I'm here. Again, hand fight. Keep them off your heel. I can turn my leg down. But I can't sit here. I need to start to turn and clear their legs. So depending on what leg control they have, I have to start clearing. One thing I noticed, people get in 50-50, especially in no-gi. Gi people get in 50-50. And they get 50-50, and they're standing. I noticed that. I haven't really seen too many people address this. They're standing, and then the person goes for like a inside spin. So they go for inside spin, and then they're able to get the heel. And then worst case, you end up in the backside position. So if he turns, if I can get the dummy to turn. So if the dummy's turned and my leg's trapped and they have my heel, it's pretty bad for me. And if my hands are all the way over here, it's kind of bad. So yeah, a lot of times, yeah, you should to address the leg locks, you need to go down. Because if you let all your weight, if all your weight's on one leg and they're attacking that, you're gonna fall and you're gonna get caught in something. Okay. Now, say they have a regular ashi. That's a different escape. So I'm not going to do that running man anymore. Okay, I'm not going to go for running man. Usually they have some type of hip control. In that case, they're going to go for outside heel hook, right? They're going to go under my heel here. So I need to, instead of slipping my heel down like I did the other way, I need to slip it forward. Okay? And I can either try to sit back, pushing their legs away, or I need to sit into them. So me and Tony got in this position the other day. I need to start going towards them in almost like a leg drag position. So you guys got to know your defense. My Brazilians, where are you? You need to work this stuff. Brazilians. Remember that kid that got his leg tore off? Well, somebody said he was rolling good. I don't know what he took. He already rolling good now. So if you can't recover like a Brazilian kid from the favelas, you need to be smart. And you know they got good health insurance in Brazil. They can get that fixed up. Now, if you're in America, you can't afford to get that fixed up. So you need to know your defenses, and worst case, you don't know what's going on. That probably means you need to tap out. So same thing with Gabrielle. She's going for leg lock while homegirl's going for heel hook. And you got to address this. You can't, you know Gabrielle, the Brazilian girl. You got to address what's going on. You can't just, I got to scratch. You can't just look at the person and there is no flow state out of a leg lock, out of a heel hook or ankle lock. Yeah, you can't flow state. That's the issue with people that are very intuitive. I used to have that problem. If you're too intuitive, you think you can just flow out and figure out an answer in the moment, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work against a good leg lock specialist like Pavel or someone like that, or Mateusz Szynski. That's not going to work against a lapel guard master like Keenan or Andres. You're not going to intuit your way out of a warm guard or something, which we actually might do that a little bit later. You can't intuit your way. It's not going to happen. You got 10 minutes at black belt. You're not going to have time to figure out everything. You got 8 minutes at ADCC. You're not going to figure out everything in that 8 minutes. So you got to go to these tournaments prepared, right, Danny Choppa? You got to go prepared. I'm not saying you're going to have every answer, but you need to have some answers. How you go to a test and you ain't study? Huh? You guys ever go to a math test and you didn't study? What happened? Did you pass that test? Probably not. If you didn't study and you went to that test, well, jiu-jitsu people don't study. Whew. We might look at some warm guard because I like warm guard. We're doing whatever I want to do until somebody has a question. Getting hot. Danny Choppa says, crazy thing about deal with it, yeah. Just deal with it, yeah. Sometimes you ain't got the answer. You get caught. It's all good. It happens to the best of us, right, Danny Choppa? If you ain't got the answer right there, you just get caught. You lose or whatever. Sometimes you lose and you do everything right. You can still lose. So let's look at some worm guard. I did a video on Pato. I did a video on Keenan. So we did a lot of worm guard. But it's very interesting, you know. So worm guard was invented to kind of deal with athletic people. Kind of like the same thought process as the turtle guard, which we might look at too. We can do whatever we want, Danny Choppa. So I'm a big fan of starting off with this main lapel here. The dummy's all over the place. Can you sit up, dummy? Brother, I'm sure that arm bar that got me done dirty is on the IBJJF side. Oh no. Oh, it's on the site on the highlight reel. Flow Grappling saw it. So, you know, make sure if you're playing any type of worm, get that lapel out, okay? One thing I like to do, I'm going to control outside, of course. I like to just thread my leg in and feed the lapel over that, okay? They saw it on, oh, yeah. It's all good. We all been there. So one thing, you know, back in the day, Keenan would show kind of lassoing. But again, that telegraphs the move, right? That telegraphs the move. So instead of doing this big move, it still works, but instead of doing that big move, look. You grab the lapel, stick your leg in, and wrap underneath. From here, I play this like a omoplata. So I sit to my side, my shoulder. And you see Pato do this a lot. He plays a lot like this. Okay. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? So once I have this, I can play. I don't have to commit to one side. I can go squid guard. So since I got time here. Squid guard is on the same side as the lapel. So squid guard would be me taking this out, switching hands, and then going near this near leg. Okay. Boom. Squid guard. Okay. Worm guard, everything worm guard related is on the other side. So it would be cross the body. So from the same grip, instead of going for this leg, I go for the far leg. I'm going underneath the leg, making a grip. And people usually get confused here. This is ringworm. So with just the lapel under his leg. This is ringworm. If I switch cross grip, that's worm guard. Boom. if I go like a reverse De La Hiva, that's reverse De La Worm. And there's some other ones too. There's like Polish Worm Rider and some other moves. Those are a little bit tougher. I gotta get the lapel going up and over the leg, so it can get kind of complex. But a lot of people use these sweeps. I use them sometimes too. So think about that too. You know, using the lapel. Same thing with your spider guard, your cross choke. It, you know, so many people hate the gi, but it's just a tool. You know, it's just a tool. Can I put it on? My hair's all messed up. But it's just a tool, you know. Boop, boop. I got that hat hair, bro. The thing messed up my hair. He says, Alec, I'm out, but keep going hard, brother. You got me. You will get traction. That's fine. I don't care if nobody watches. I'm still going to do some technique. You got to go get your ass beat. What you doing? You training? All right, brother. Good luck. Stay safe. Wrap it up. You know, we'd be worried about Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper get in trouble. Stay out of trouble, Danny Chopper. So yeah, worm guard is really important. Well, I mean, if you're a black belt, you should understand some worm guard, spider guard, all this stuff. Using your grips. So whenever no gi people have issues with gi, I'm like, man, it's just a tool. You know, grabbing the pant, grabbing the sleeve. If you're grappling depends on what people are wearing. You're probably not the best grappler. Danny Chopper says, I'm a train tonight. No trouble. But if you ever want to discuss it off stream, that's all right, Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper, I'm sending your ass to Houston. There ain't nothing to discuss. You going to Houston. We're going to straighten you out in Houston. We're going to have to straighten that man out in Houston. We can't fix him over here, though. Enjoy yourself, Danny Chopper. Stay safe. Stay healthy, bro. So we looked at a little bit of worm guard. Let's look at some spider guard. I was working out with my cousin a little bit. So spider guard. Yeah, you don't really see spider guard as much as you used to back in the day. But it's still a good guard. So, you know, I have the sleeves. When I'm holding the sleeves, something I notice people they have trouble. People have trouble grabbing the gi, but I think that's. I mean, obviously you need some grip strength, but I think also it's how you're moving your hand, how you're positioning your hand. So when I'm playing spider, you know, some people have their it's not wrong, but sometimes they have their palm facing down, their arms kind of far away. I usually try to keep everything in close. So same thing when I'm doing my chokes. I try to keep everything in close. There will be times where I need to post that elbow. I might post that elbow out or something, but typically my hands are moving. They're dynamic. I'm not just static in my positions. Danny Chopper. I'd be worried about Danny Chopper. He'd be talking to some crazy girls. I'd be worried about him. So, yeah. Usually I'm going to have my grip. I'm moving my hand around, but usually I'm going to have this kind of palm up position, okay? Palm up. And in my feet, you know, you guys be having your feet on the head. That ain't right. Shoulder, not wrong, but not perfect. You know, we want to go for that crook of the elbow. Okay? And notice how my arm and my leg need to kind of move together. I can even frame my leg. It's always, you know, some kind of contact, you know. It's very rarely is my leg and my arm away from each other. Usually something's going to be close. Okay? And I'm not going to hold someone right in front of me. I'm not going to just stay static and hold. Okay? Yeah. Usually I'm can't get it perfectly. Yeah, usually I'm moving around, trying to off balance, trying to kick underneath between the legs. If I can get underneath the leg. Yeah. Hey, I can. Whee! Look, I can go for ashi here, sweep backwards. I can put my foot back on the on the leg or the arm. Sorry, sweep. I have a lot. Man, I can actually do a lot of stuff with this dummy. Yeah, but I'm trying to move. I need to move. You guys don't move. So, if you're playing just a basic spider guard, yeah, if you're playing just a basic spider guard, it's tough. So usually we'll play this with like a lasso too. So you guys need to add lasso, omoplata attacks, triangle attacks. Pretty basic stuff, but all this stuff from spiders in your hips. If you're not moving your hip, it's not gonna work. And yeah, so when you guys play your spider guard, do not stay static, please, for the love of God. You should be moving, pulling. Someone really good to watch is, John Thomas is really good. What's Michael Lange is good. Humble Bahal. Who else had a good spider guard? Murgali. Murgali got a good spider guard too. So yeah. When I'm here controlling, again, I'm going palm up, elbows. Usually going to be close in, but I can take them outside too. I can post outside too. Okay. Feet on the biceps. And, I'm not afraid to put my feet on the floor too and move. You can move out to the side. Okay. You guys got to relax when you're doing this stuff. You guys be too tense. You got to relax. You got to relax when you're going for your submissions. Oh, Danny Chopper. All right, Danny Chopper. I need to make sure I keep not looking at this. I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna keep talking, guys. So yeah, you gotta relax a little bit when you're playing these positions. You do need some amount of flexibility too, though. If you don't have any flexibility, not gonna work. So spider guard, yeah, we could spend 3 hours on spider guard. Now we're gonna work some turtle. Somebody asked me a question. I think it was Warner. He asked me this question. So he said, if someone's turtle, how do you control someone? So it's gonna be different gi or no gi. In the gi, I'm always gonna grab these lapels here. Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah. His arm all over. Yeah, if they're turtled in the gi, I'm gonna grab the lapels around the stomach. No gi, I'll do not as much seatbelt grip. We used to do more seatbelt grip, like this. But in no gi is you're probably gonna slip off. So in the gi, I'm going for the collar. I'm going for the collar. You have the clock choke. You have a lot of different stuff. Clock choke, Mendez style, crazy, throw the leg around the back choke, basic cross collar. But yeah, I just use the cross choke as my seatbelt in the gi. It's a seatbelt. Not saying you can't fall off, but it's a little bit safer. And then from here, I have a couple different options. He got his leg kind of in the way. But say he was in this position in real life, I'm gonna look for the cross choke. I might throw a hook in. And if I can make, my partner carry my weight, man, that's perfect. You have bow and arrows, basic cross choke, whatever you want, really. If I can trap the arm, like I had my leg over his arm, even better. Whatever you do, just, I'm trying to, we talked about putting your weight on people. I don't want to commit too much to where I'll get reversed or flipped or fat man rolled, but I need to put enough weight on him or my partner so that, they're uncomfortable, okay? Uncomfortable. And if they start moving, look, I need to be up on my feet to move side to side. And, try to keep some pressure on the person. I notice I do this when I'm grappling and I'm on someone's back. I still got the collar. I'm still driving into them. I'm never going to take the weight off of them. I'm always going to keep some chest pressure, forearm pressure. I might grab their leg. I'm trying to turn them, just like in wrestling class. I'm trying to turn them, put some weight on them. Okay. And as far as taking the back, it's kind of hard with the dummy. But yeah, I'm trying to get my hooks in. Just basic. Get your hooks in. Get your hooks in. Same thing. Look for the collar. Okay. I bet most of my no-gi guys can't even do a cross collar choke. That's embarrassing. Get your collar. And look, some of you guys, you be trying to choke over the shoulders. You got to go under. Under. Come on, everybody. Go under. Here. And then most people can't multitask, but I'm pulling down and across. Okay? And when I do that, I don't want to leave my elbow open. Boom, I escape. So when I do that, I really like to push my chin down on their shoulder. And you guys hear that sound? Okay, that's when I know the choke is about to go. When I get that, I hear the choke. You hear the choke about to I hear that, I'm like, all right, man. And whatever submission you're going for, make sure you keep an eye on your partner. Don't just close your eyes. And so I'm looking again down and across. And I'm here, but usually I try to put that elbow down too. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. And hopefully they tap out, right? Usually they do. From the back, we also have from here, we also have bow and arrow chokes, everything, anything you think of. So same collar grip across. This time, if you, sometimes they're blocking, so you can't go under for the basic cross choke. So instead, we'll grab the leg, grab the pant, and I'm falling away from my free leg. So it's like I'm loading myself up so I can turn. All right, and then right there, you can't really mess that up. You can lock your legs. That might make it easier. Lock there, yeah. Trap them. And I try to go over the shoulder. It's kind of hard to demonstrate here. Over the shoulder. Sometimes they'll get under too. That's fine. Whew. I'm tired. I don't want to hear anybody say I didn't give back. I'm putting in some work over here. Although I am enjoying it. So again, cross bow and arrow choke. Make sure this grip is substantial. Every grip you make should be substantial. Every grip when you're going for choke should be, sometimes you can go too deep. Pause on me. But you should be putting some pressure on your partner's neck, okay? From here, say I can't get the bottom grip. JS says, "Keep it up. You are the man." Thank you. That's fine. I'm going to train regardless if anybody's here or not. I'll train. Just where my haters at? Haters, where are you guys at? Are you guys training? As long as I'm out training the haters, I'm good. I'm good. I'll outwork these people. So I had this grip. Sometimes I'll grab the pant. I do prefer you guys grab under the leg. Yeah, if you get that, get them stretched out. Get that leg on your ear. Pause on me. You're good. From the back, we also have the arm bar. I don't really go for arm bar too much from the back, but it is a good attack. You know, my boy Simway, he liked the Chinese finger trap, so it's kind of a combination of the cross collar and the bow and arrow. So you can try to finish here, and then sometimes that arm is right there ready for you to take it. Usually, you know, say you're in a tournament, 30 seconds left, you know, the choke's not happening, so switch to the arm. I probably suggest you guys stick to the chokes if you can. You know, stick to the choke. And unless the arm is just out there waiting for you, like right there, it's just right there. Okay. You can even keep your legs locked in your triangle, kind of over the back triangle. You can finish there. Or the thing is, if you commit to this and you can't finish, you lose the back. So keep that in mind, everybody. Whew. As far as that, the back is, you know, I mean, shoot, this stuff like not tough. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. The only thing is, everybody, you gotta train. I don't know what else to say. You gotta train, even if it's a grappling dummy. Look, I did some good work on this grappling dummy today, but you guys gotta train, and there's no shortcuts. You know, I can't give you guys the answers. Gordon can't give you the answers. Craig can't give you the answers. Danny here can't give you the answers. I mean, they can give you the answers, but they can't make you drill the move or ecologically train it or whatever. So we did talk about armbar, but say regular armbar is good too. Just some details help my white belts. Some of you guys are white belts. A lot of you guys are white belts. Yeah, my armbar. You guys got to keep your legs closed. You guys have your legs all open, splayed out. So somebody mentioned earlier, I think it was Arturo. He said the thigh master. So when I'm here, you know, I'm trying to keep my knees together. One thing I've been experimenting more with is the judo version. You know, I do judo now. So crossing my leg. The only issue is that some of you guys, you're going to cross your leg and then you're going to get rolled or stacked. So when I cross my leg, I'm still bringing my knees together and pushing forward toward my feet to the mat, okay? Or if you can't do that, just keep your legs uncrossed and push your feet to the mat because you're trying to keep your partner down. Yeah, I'm trying to keep their head down. So sometimes you guys cross and you take the pressure off the head. So they're gonna start to stack you, rock up and stack you. So you guys got to be careful with that. So here they're gonna have their arms together clearly. So there's gonna be ways to go under and look to attack. I'm a big fan of the Kimura grip here. And just like back in the old days, it doesn't matter if you have one or two grips. I can either go down towards the legs or up towards the head, and then use that to open that grip. Okay. So you guys just gotta keep your legs closed, man. I don't know what else to say. You guys be having your legs up like that, no control, arm slips out. Okay. There will come times where you can't even see me. There will come times where you gotta sacrifice your balls, though. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about that. You gotta sacrifice your. How badly do you want that armbar? How badly do you guys want that armbar? You gotta. You gotta sacrifice your balls. What else you can do? Try to pull the arm up If your balls are getting caught, that means the arm's too low. So you gotta pull that arm up. And then, eventually you just lose all sensation down there. So you don't feel any pain. Or I don't. Oh. We're going to keep going. I feel like talking today. And I'll talk tomorrow too. Okay. Some other issues. You just can't get this arm. I like to use my feet a lot. But I make sure I have a good grip. I can almost do like bicep slicer. Yeah, bicep slicer. Here, I can go inside. That's usually what I tend to do now, more so. Get my foot inside. And I kind of end up in that triangle. The first thing we talked about, the triangle. I can go arm bar, control the head, triangle. I can even try to sit up. So my short people out there, think about the triangle for mount if you guys can get that. And even if you can't finish here, we always got the arm bar waiting for us. Arm bar. Sometimes you can go regular style. Or I really like this overhand. Go overhand. Sit back. That's kind of old school judo style. Gonna break your arm. All right, so no shortage of moves you guys can do. I'm trying to find a common theme. You just gotta have some answers. We gotta study jujitsu. Like really study it, not just watch YouTube videos like this or whoever else got videos. You actually need to train some. I never thought I would get to this point where I'm telling people to train, but a lot of you guys and girls out there don't train. JMS. So yeah, if you have something you want to add, please try to donate if you can. I'm in a good mood, so I'm gonna try to answer. But we're trying to do techniques for tips. So if you have a question, please try to donate if you can. Do you prefer elbow deep grip, armpit grips, or hand to finish the arm bars? Yeah, whatever grip I can get. Yeah, I mean, I do like this kind of shoulder grip. What do you mean by elbow deep grip? Armpit grip. You saying here? Like armpit hip? What are you saying? Arm bars. I mean, an arm bar is an arm bar. I mean, arm bar, you just got to control the arm, right? Yeah. I'm here usually lower on the fulcrum. I might hold their arm, or I might hold across if I have my gi on. I don't think I ever grabbed the elbow. Yeah, when I go for my arm bar, yeah, just basic, bro. I will go here. I will do more of this. It's kind of old school. I guess I'm old, so I will pass it to my armpit and try to finish there, especially if they're pretty flexible. Something I do, well, if they're moving their arm around, then I might control their wrist or the elbow. If they're trying to do the hitchhiker and stuff like that. Okay, now I'll start to kind of contort myself and push. Yeah, but if I feel like this is a headache, look, I have the triangle. I'm gonna put that triangle on them. Even if I'm sitting here, I can start to compress their head, and it's gonna be tough. Or I can sit up like I just said earlier. Sit up. I can finish here, just holding the wrist. Pass, boom. Yeah. I don't have a preference. I don't have a preference really. Just keep it on your body. Keep it on your body, and make sure everything's tight. I mean, what else? What else? What else can I say? What else can I say? Okay. Worst case, I can't finish this. Yeah, I'll try to sit back probably in the armpit. That's gonna probably break someone's arm. Sit back. I'll even grab my own shin. Boom. Ah. Let's do some side mount stuff. Again, if you guys have any questions, please try to donate if you can. Otherwise, I'm gonna rant and ignore everything. So we did talk about side mount. You're here, control tight. I said you could step over into that mounted position for my short people. You also have some good attacks here, you know. You have the underhook. Oh, thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Awesome, thank you. I'm gonna keep going. So here you have the underhook. You have the cross face. We did talk about mount. Danny Chapa had a question about mount earlier. You can go for mount. Yeah, I think a lot of your submissions, it depends on like how you want to set it up. Usually, I think I tend to pass my arm across the head when I'm going for my submissions. That way, when I have his head section off, I can look for the arm, Kimura. I can start to pull the shoulder up, pick them up on their side, step across, armbar. I have been playing more. Thank you. We really appreciate you, Mario. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I've been playing more with the like Tariqa Plata and Barato Plata. So especially here, like Kimura kind of position, instead of going for Kimura traditional style, which does work. You know, sometimes they already have a good grip. So if they have a good grip, that's fine. What I'm going to do is step over. So I step over and trap that arm. Okay. And so people have a trouble with figuring out what's the difference between a Tariqa Plata and a Barato Plata. So it's your arm. So if I'm looking away, the leg positioning is the same. If I'm looking away, this is Tariqa Plata. If my hand's going towards their head, like if my arm's going away from their body, Tariqa Plata. If it's going in towards their body, Barato Plata. And the finish is different. So Tariqa Plata, yeah, usually, you know, they're holding their own arm or their gi or something. And I'm going to go to mount for Tariqa Plata. Yeah, I'm in mount. I'm here. What I'm trying to do is get their arm off their, you know, usually they have a gi grip. I'm going to get that off. Boom. And keep turning. I probably would be posting on the floor. So it's basically, that's like a Kimura with the legs. And in Barato Plata, it feels a little different, actually. It feels a little different. So Barato Plata, my arm switches. Really important, you're probably not going to switch all willy-nilly once you go for your attack. So if I get this grip, I'm probably not going to switch to I'm not going to switch to Barato Plata. I'm going to stick with a Tariqa Plata. So you got to figure out what grip you're going to get with first, what move you're going to go for, and stick with it. And then Barato Plata's opposite, I'm going to sit off to the side. So Barato, I'm going to sit, and I'm almost going to face my my partner. Yeah, his arm's too short. Yeah, here, and boom. So if you guys watch like Jao Miao or someone, he does that every match, and that's been really interesting. I like to do it anytime I'm on the side. Make sure I give you a like for that. Thank you, sir. Yeah, anytime I'm on the side and they're turning towards me, you know, and I can get that arm, that's when I start going for my attack, my Barato Plata. And sometimes you end up in like a guard kind of position, which is fine. You just got to make sure you don't let them kind of pass your guard to the side. Yeah, so I go foot on the hip. almost walking away to get that shoulder. Boom. Okay. Worst case, you mess up. And they're gonna pass your guard. Okay, which is we probably need to work that too. What happens when someone gets to your side? All right, so it does happen. Sometimes you go for attacks, you get in a bad position, which we might work. Let me grab some water first, though. Shout out to this grappling dummy, bro. Somebody said Josiah got one of Agrippa. You know he doing some stuff to that thing. He abusing that thing. So we're gonna work side mount. Protein bar. I came prepared. I knew I was gonna be talking. How many hours? 2 hours. I might need to do this more often. It's good. You guys know we do ASMR over here. You guys gotta listen to me chewing. All right, we're gonna work some side mount. Let's just start with some drills first. Get the dummy off me first. You people need to learn how to shrimp out. So shrimping, we had a couple new guys recently. So when I'm shrimping, I know some people don't like to shrimp, but when I'm shrimping, you gotta move your hips out the way. So feet on the floor, arms in close. So most people keep their arms too far away. I need to keep that arm in close because when I start to Mush, what's up? We got some money, Mush. I'll send it to you. So when you guys shrimping out, if you have, I don't know if you want to call in or not. I need to get my charger. We got a little bit of money, Mush. I'm just talking about random shit now. So when you guys are shrimping, I need to keep that elbow in close, okay? Again, connection between my arm and my legs. That's a pretty recurring theme. And you guys got to pick your butt off the floor. Come on, get your butt off the floor. Boom. And really try to create some distance. All right. Sometimes you guys your back is, you don't need your whole surface area of your back on the floor. You guys need to keep that elbow down. Move out. Okay. Yeah, no rush, Mush. No rush. So yeah, elbow close. And of course we do the drill. You go side to side. You need to know that if you go to judo, well, not judo school, but if you go any jiu-jitsu school, you need to know how to shrimp to both sides. So again, you can push off of both legs, but to be super accurate, it's that top leg. So when I'm on my side, top leg, bottom leg, I usually keep it pretty close, but it can be down. And to reverse that, it's the opposite. So instead of worrying about the top leg, when I reverse that, I go bottom leg, heel driving into the floor, elbow into the mat, and drive forward, okay? So you should be able to do kind of back and forth drill pretty easily. Okay? And then once you guys start to shrimp, that's not it. It's not over. You don't just shrimp. People think they shrimp and they just sit there. No, it ain't over yet. You shrimp, they ain't chop you back. They ain't chop. Thanks, bro. And you know, whenever Danny Choppa leave, that's when Craig pop in here. That's when it started popping. When Danny Choppa leave, sorry, Danny Choppa. Danny Choppa, right when you leave, that's when it started popping. But go train, bro. Go train. So yeah, a lot of times you shrimp out. Move this thing over. Yeah, a lot of times you guys shrimp out and that's it. But typically, you need to either start bringing this leg, the top leg. You're gonna bring it in as like a jailbreak hook, boom, or a lasso, or high leg. Sometimes you manage to get this bottom leg in. So you need some options. So you don't just shrimp out and then that's it, right? You shrimp out, and you should be your frame should be in there too somewhere. You guys shrimping out like a dead fish. So when you're shrimping, it's just like you're doing any type of striking. You gotta have your hands close to your body, ready for whatever. So shrimp, frame, bottom leg pummel, top leg pummel, regard. Okay. So I'm gonna do that with the dummy on top of me. There's some other things we can do too, but let's just start basic. I should have brought my other microphone. I gotta hold this thing. So say I got my guard pass somehow. Just the dummy got me. All right, he's got good pressure. Uh, yeah, this sucks. This how you guys be rolling. Uh, yeah. So got the pressure on me. Uh, you should have fought. You got to fight people off before they pass your guard. But I can start the frame here too. So my frame is my arms, right? My frames are my arms. So I'm looking to pummel my forearm in the face. Got the far shoulder, near shoulder. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys see? Other hand, really important. If he's got that, or he or she, whoever, got that arm up high, I got to get this arm down and frame off the hip. Just be careful. You frame improperly, they're gonna wrist lock you. So usually I won't keep this hand open. I'll make a fist, and that keeps it a little bit safer. Okay. From here, we're gonna do that shrimp. All right. And here I gotta work my options. I don't even know if you guys can see. I gotta work my options so I can try to get the bottom leg under. I can get that bottom leg under. That's fine. Sometimes I can tilt and get the closed guard. That works pretty well. Sometimes, you can't get that bottom leg through. You're trying. You just can't get that bottom leg through. Okay. In that case, I like to bring this high leg over. Okay. I'm not going over the head. You're going to get caught with duck underpassing. So I try to aim for the chest. Push away. Regard, okay? If I can't get that, I go under with my foot, okay? So big guys, you guys roll differently, but I'm saying, assuming you kind of smaller and got some flexibility, this leg got to move. You guys got to move your legs, man. You guys got to move your legs. I don't know how you're gonna do jiu-jitsu without your legs. You got to move your legs. So I'm moving my hip, my body away. And I gotta bring one of my legs in. There's no shortcut, okay? Sometimes, maybe you can't get a lot of space. You might have to go to half guard. Worst case, you might have to shrimp out, go into that octopus stuff, which we might look at as well. I can do it. We can do whatever we want on here, Mush. Maybe next time I'll get Mush on here. Let him talk for a couple hours. Mush, we're gonna get you on here talking for a couple hours. But either way, you gotta move your legs. If you don't have a dummy like this, you can use the wall. You can find the wall, just like we got a wall right here. Look, I'm gonna start on my side and shrimp out a couple times so you guys can see. You calling in? Give me 1 second, Mush. Let me grab my charger. Let me grab a charger real fast. You watching? Is there any way you can face call me? Yeah, you have iPhone. What do you have? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can put you on. You mind telling them about the master's program, Mush? I'm gonna eat a little protein bar.
So, first of all, say thanks to everybody that has contributed to the master's program. Is it clear?
Let me see.
I'm watching too, but I have it on mute because on the radio when you call in, they don't want the feedback. But yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody that's donated to the Martial Arts for Social Transformation, Equity, and Rights, the master's program. We do a lot of really good work. We're just trying to make it so that people that want to follow their dreams of martial arts and provide for the community to be able to follow their dreams. We know a lot of people that don't really have that opportunity to follow their martial arts dreams because martial arts is expensive.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't come from an environment in which they have the ability to the luxury.
This case has a lot of features.
There is actually.
And with your donations, it goes a long way. One of the projects that we're doing is trying to get definitely young people. One of the projects that we're doing is be able to try potentially make the Olympic team. And I think that's a phenomenal thing to do. Since the Olympics is going to be here in LA, and every donation goes straight to the master's program. It goes straight to them. It doesn't go to my pocket at all. I even tell Chris, hey, put it in the pot. Screw what my goals and aspirations are. I want to make it so people that don't have the opportunity to do it can do it. So for those who don't know, we're a public charity that trains instructors, develops educational materials, supports competitive athletes, and provides community support. We do judo. Don't get it twisted, but we focus on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. And we've repeatedly demonstrated a remarkable ability to assist people in personal growth. I like that we're like a diverse group of people from different backgrounds, and we have one goal: is just to make the world a better place through martial arts.
I'm gonna put the website up, Mush.
What is that?
I'm gonna put the website up so I can see. No, I got it.
Martialartsforsocialgood.org.
And I'll link it in the
And my favorite aspect of it is the scholarship opportunities because, like I mentioned, martial arts is expensive, dog.
yeah, especially nowadays.
Oh my god. It's not like you can do karate and you get the little flimsy gi.
Ah.
Karate, but you get the little flimsy gi and you're just on your way. Judo and jiu-jitsu is expensive, man. It is. Everyone knows it's expensive as hell.
Oh, they can't see. Let me move it over. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna link it, everybody, so you guys know it's a proper charity. We got a little bit of money, Mush. If I had more time, I would have. I kind of wanted to experiment and see.
It's all good. It's a nice setup you got there.
I
I
got.
gotta get my camera right because I got basically a whole dojo at my house,
Oh shit.
like with wall mats and stuff. My goal, I'm real though. If I had my way,
Yeah.
I would, I would sell them and donate them.
You mean you would sell the mats and donate the money?
Yeah,
Nah, keep it, bro.
or or donate a port. Yeah, yeah. I'm on the I'm leaning. Some days I'm like, man, I should get rid of them. Some days I do. I like them, but for streaming purposes, wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. If you get a uki, I got this little grappling. It's not too bad.
Well, Roddy, he has a whole bunch of mats at his academy.
Mm.
He has a gang of mats. I mean, not mats, gummies at his academy, and he has the kids do drills on them. And I thought about it. If you're teaching kids class, it's probably easier to have the kids throw the dummies, and it's not like your turn, my turn. Because have you taught kids before?
Yeah.
So you know how hard it is to keep their attention. They got the attention span of a goldfish.
Especially now.
Oh God, it's way worse with the iPads and all that crap. But yeah, man, I got the dummies will work. But the streamathon is coming together. I got to put you in the group chat. We have a lot of judo luminaries, potential MMA luminaries that would be involved. It's just a matter of setting up the logistics and having high quality presentation like you're doing
Oh yeah.
with the camera set up and the mic set up, and then a date and how long we want to go. I don't think I could do 24 hours like Kai Sinak.
Ah, I would do a weekend, and then you
A
don't have to
whole
stream the whole.
weekend?
Huh?
A whole weekend?
Yeah, but you wouldn't like say I would be streaming. I mean, hopefully, like say you and me are streaming, but like maybe there's one main stream that's just running for 3 days, and then maybe you stream like a little bit, a couple hours a day or something, and then you.
Oh, I got you. Like those phonathons.
Yeah, and you know what we need to do? Like Kai Cenat, he has somebody when they're sleeping. He has somebody streaming when they're sleeping.
I didn't even watch it. I thought he was just up for 24 hours.
No, he be sleeping and he has somebody else. Somebody else is up. When they're on their off hours.
See, we need another person we could trust. Maybe LOL snapped. Tell us crazy stories.
He could be up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, he don't sleep.
Yeah. He might get kicked off though.
Nah, Twitch. If we do Twitch is like something.
We gotta do. We can't do YouTube.
Twitch is I heard Twitch is crazy. You basically do everything except
Nah, they'll get you off of there too though.
They get you off. Like, what could you do? Like, besides inciting violence or putting up pornography, like, what could they really do?
I don't know. I'm not saying I'm gonna push.
I'm not gonna test it. I'm not gonna test it. I would just, have some hot takes. I have so many hot takes to give. I'm gonna just save them for the streamathon. But I gotta remember it's a family show, so I can't go too off the reservation.
Yeah, we'd be off that all the time.
Oh no, bro, no.
And
you get in trouble.
My friend Wendy, she always jump on the live stream at the worst time.
Yeah. We need more female representation on the stream for you, man. We need female representation. But I don't know. We gotta first clean house with the stalkers because I know Josiah's watching.
I think Grippo's dating that girl. Did anybody else see that post? He has some posts out there.
Brianna Saint.
Yeah, I think so. I think man tasting Canada right now. He tasting Canadian bacon right now.
Oh, Canadian bacon. Well, it's always snowing in Canada.
She looks like a nice girl. Josiah, if you're listening, man, be happy for that man. Be
Don't
happy for
even
that
think
man.
about him. The he who shall not be named. Don't even think about him.
I don't care about. I'm not gonna say
Forget
I
he
don't care about
exists. Forget he exists. He who shall not be named. Don't think about Gianni.
him.
I made I made the mistake of looking at he who shall not be named's uh, YouTube channel.
Oh no! Recently?
Yes.
Oh damn! You know you messed
Yeah.
up.
I'm. It's crazy, dude. He won't stop.
He coming after me because I said Gianni's dating a girl. That's all I
I
said.
was. Yeah, I saw that. And he's still wearing the mask in every video.
That man crazy. I hope he gets some help. I can't help him, but maybe nobody can help him. He need God. He need Jesus.
You won't find him here. Speaking of, let's go back to jujitsu. I saw you doing the fundamentals of shrimping. Was there anything else that I missed?
I just been jumping around. We did some mount, armbar finishes. Somebody asked how to pass my guard, so I was helping with that.
I got you. I got you. I would say the biggest thing before I leave with techniques, like learning how to fall.
Oh
A
yeah.
proper break falls, forward, backwards, sideways, shrimping. That's the biggest thing. The shrimping and the rolling. Just being able to forward and backward roll. I can't. And from my experience teaching people the Granby roll,
Oh yeah.
it takes so much damn time that I don't even include it in the unless you're under a certain weight. But if you're a new guy, it's heavy set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's really applicable. I think with teaching martial arts, a lot of it is what you need and taking out the unnecessary. Because you can get a guy or a kid that's very good that doesn't know how to do certain things, but they'll be effective and they'll be able to protect themselves.
Yeah.
That was my struggle when I was an instructor way back in the day. Was that I thought that they needed to know everything, but really, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to get by. So a shrimp and how to break fall and your stance,
Mm.
those are the biggest things to me when somebody's starting out. And then we can go from there. You're a curriculum guy though, right?
Me?
Yeah, like you make curriculums when you teach, or like how do you map out a student's or your students' learning?
I
Do you,
mean, I could probably customize some stuff. But yeah, I have been taught. That's how I was taught at Alliance. You had a curriculum you had to cover, but I mean, you could probably just gauge what people need just from watching them, right? I'm assuming. Uh,
yeah, so you don't run a programs per se. You mainly like you teach individual classes. Like what do you do?
I just try to do seminars. I prefer that for me. Um, yeah, when I was teaching, it was a little bit harder. I mean, yeah, I think some of us could be perfectionists.
Word.
So sometimes teaching too frequently, you have expectations for students, and it can be tough. I think I prefer teaching seminars because I can just kind of, I'm not as invested in. I want people to learn it, but okay, they're probably not gonna get everything in one day. But yeah, a curriculum. I mean, yeah, I don't really want to teach too much. I just like to do a little bit and then get out of there. That's kind of my thoughts on it. I respect teachers. Yeah, they be looking stressed out. They be
So
looking stressed.
you don't plan on opening the school anytime soon.
Uh, I think it's oversaturated to be honest, but that's just me. I'm not sure how Maryland is, and Georgia's super. It's just like I don't see the point, but
I think there's just way too many schools. I agree with you, man. It's a lot of academies and it's a lot of stress and the clientele it's not the same.
No, the people are different. You know, they are customers now. Much they ain't martial art students. They customers. So you gotta you know give them value and basically do what they tell you to do. But
Damn. So we basically doing bro yoga.
yeah, you got shareholders now. Much you ain't.
Shareholders?
Yeah, they your shareholders now. Your students, your
You
shareholders.
gonna you gonna have to explain that to me because I don't. That sounds crazy.
It's just like you're accountable to them, and if they're not happy, you're gonna have problems. If they're not getting promoted fast enough, you're gonna have problems. If you're not giving them attention enough, you're gonna have problems. Like um, that's at least how I felt the last time I was teaching. Like I think people ask too much of their coaches, and it's not like they're paying them that well, but they want like everything.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm out. I can't do it. I can't do it. I
They
couldn't
want
do it.
they want
I couldn't.
therapy.
Huh?
You gotta give them therapy. You gotta coddle them. You gotta wipe their ass. You gotta you gotta babysit them. You got it's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's way too much. You're doing way too much.
And they say you charge too much while doing all that crap.
Nah, that's not. That's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. But check, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that donated. I really appreciate it. And keep on doing your thing, man. We'll continue to discuss this streamathon. It's in the works, man.
We just gotta plan in and market it. Like this, I didn't market too well, but say you give me 3 to 6 months, I can.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Well, listen, I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thank you much. That was much, everybody. Yeah, give me some time to market, and we're gonna get some girls on here. God, say a prayer for us. I'm worried about us. Hopefully, there's no stalkers. We won't have any stalkers on our show. I'm sure that we won't. I'm gonna keep going because I feel like I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer, and that's it. I can't wait to do this with Mush. I'm gonna put Mush on here for a couple hours. You're gonna see me eating because you guys love to watch me eat during the live stream. I'm gonna eat while Mush is demonstrating techniques and stuff. I'm gonna do some ASMR. Mush did mention a good move that the Granby roll. Let's work on that next. What time is it? I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, Mush. That Granby roll is kind of tough, so you kind of need to have that. Let me scoot back a little bit. You kind of need to have that shrimp down. So, guys, once you get your shrimp down, it's kind of connected. I mean, you shouldn't learn a Granby roll without a shrimp. So, if you can shrimp, boom. And we talked about your guard retention, getting this leg, high legging, lasso, whatever you call that. So theoretically, while I'm doing that high leg, this is like you putting your foot on your partner or whatever. I could throw this leg across at the same time. You remember I said keep your elbow in close. At the same time as I'm bringing this leg across, I'm going to pick my hip off the floor. So I need to use my foot. When the camera is there. I need to use my foot to help elevate my hips. And I rotate to the other side. So my neck's a little jacked up, but I was able to do that. So I'm going to do that a couple times. So ideally you can shrimp. You could do this. You could do this movement in training too. So I shrimp. Now I'm going to elevate my hip, post the foot on the floor, and if I don't have that arm in, it's kind of hard to pick my hip off the ground. So that elbow, it's the same elbow from my initial shrimp. I'm tucking that arm in, My head goes close to my knee. I go to invert. As I invert, I need to keep my feet close to the floor, and I'm gonna go to the other side. So as I go to the other side, I roll through. If your neck hurts, don't do this. But that Granby roll, I mean, that's the jiu-jitsu Granby roll. There is a wrestling Granby roll where you kind of roll from standing to escape the back control, but we're not going to do that today. So you can do it that way. You can also do it just kind of seated. You can go hands on your legs. You can also go hand behind the back. I think Skyler, shout out to Skyler, crazy guy. He was working this. Some of this is your core. So when you're rolling, a lot of it's your core keeping your upper body close to your legs, because most people open and they can't roll because they're too open. So I need to keep my head close to my legs and then roll without knocking everything over. So that's a Granby roll. I think Mush kind of put it perfectly. Most people won't need to Granby roll, especially my big guys. You don't really need to do that. But small guys, you're going to do it, especially if you're doing Umaplata, any type of reverse De La Hiva, Kiss of the Dragon, inversions, waiter guard, sweep stuff. Again, if your neck's jacked up, your back's jacked up, leave it alone. You don't need it. But that's some good basics. We're gonna do some more technique. We're gonna keep going. Try to raise as much money as we can. At least another hour, right? I can do another hour, easy. Yeah, that Granby roll is important. So your shrimp and your Granby roll, you guys should be able to do that. There is another type of shrimp. We call it the reverse, not the reverse shrimp. The reverse shrimp. Is that the reverse shrimp? Yeah. I don't do this one too often like I used to, but it's when you're really stuck. You know, you're really stuck. You can't shrimp. So instead, you're going to take your legs away. Okay. So, I mean, you guys probably ain't going to ever use that, to be honest. But it's good to have more options. You know, that's the cool thing about black belts. Sometimes we got too many options. So you should be able to shrimp out. Again, high leg. Bring this leg in, either your foot or your shin. Bring the bottom leg in. And, you know, sometimes you got to belly down. That's in the Gracie curriculum, too. You got to belly down. You know, sometimes you got to shrimp out, belly down. Grab for the single or turtle or whatever. I do want to look at octopus guard. So I've been playing around with that. It's kind of cool. I can do whatever I want. I'm basically just going through techniques. Where are my haters at? Haters, where are you? Oh, I meant to close that door. Haters, where are you? Where are the haters in the comments that be saying I suck? Where are the haters that say I don't bring value? Where are the haters that said my hat looks stupid? Where are the haters at? Come on, haters. Where are the haters at that don't train? Where are they at? Come on to the live stream. So we're gonna look at octopus guard. I'm gonna look at some butterfly too. Let's look at octopus guard. So octopus, you know, Craig Jones kind of making that popular, but it's been around. If you watch Tellez, he was doing that in MMA. I think BJ Penn was using it too. So a lot of times, you know, it could be from half guard, could be from side. Basically, or MMA, yeah, whatever. Could be anytime the person is kind of turning their back to you, kind of like the Marcelo Garcia half guard or something. You can kind of do this. So octopus guard, it's almost like a hip bump sweep, but from the other side, basically. So usually, you know, they're trying to pass your half guard, they turn their back. From here, you have an opportunity to reach for their back too. I will say, be careful if they're able to pin you. For some reason, nobody can pin Craig, but if they can pin you, they're a bigger person. They pin you, you're gonna be stuck. That happens. But so you got to do that while they're still on your hip or rib range. But if they're under your armpit, you're probably gonna get stuck. So I'm here. If I can make a grip on the gi, that's perfect. Grip on the pant, that's perfect. My legs, usually I want to get like a butterfly hook or something in. I can't really see with this guy. Get some type of hook grip. It could be, I could have half guard too, but let's just say I have a hook. From here, I'm going to sit up, okay, into the dummy. And sometimes you'll sweep them backwards. Otherwise, as I sit up, I'm escaping my legs out the back. From here, I'm going to thread that hook. What was a hook, I'm going to turn it and lace it across the hip, almost like a body triangle. And now I'm going to keep pulling the hip or the belt or the gi and take the back. Okay, so, you watch Craig Jones, he be doing that constantly. Sometimes, you're in half guard. If I can get this. Sometimes you can set them up. You're framing. You can kind of not windshield wipe, but you can kind of beat this underhook. Okay, that's kind of what Craig does a lot because he has a good knee shield. He can just and he's a lanky guy. He can get into here. Okay, from here, you see how my leg? I'm still in half guard. I need to shrimp out. Okay, I need to shrimp out, and as I shrimp out, I'm gonna clear my leg. Okay, I have my grip, and I'm pulling that grip close to me. Leg comes out. We're on the back. All right, boom. And Craig's doing some cool stuff too. I can't really do the buggy choke stuff, but I think people are going for the Darce from here, Anaconda or Darce, whichever move they're going for. Is it Anaconda? Darce possibly. I don't know. So they're going for that. Craig's able to frame off the hip, and he's more flexible than me. Mush and those guys are taller than me. I can't do what they be doing, but he's able to turn, almost invert. And take the back. I could do that on the dummy. But they, their legs are a lot longer. It's kind of like is it monkey guard? What is that called? It's what all the Gumby guys used to do back in the day. They would just throw their legs. You'll pass their guard north-south. They would just throw their legs over. So I probably won't be able to do that too often. Oh, shoot. Get all those comments from earlier. Let me close this door, bro. I'm yelling. Give me 1 second. I can close the door. But it is cool. It's like example of jiu-jitsu evolving. So, while we do basics, you also need to keep up to date. So that's my advice to all the new black belts and people training. Stay up to date. Some of these guys, they not. I mean, you guys see it on the live stream. A lot of people don't know what's going on in the sport. They don't know who's in the sport. They don't know who won what. They don't know nobody. And so, if you're in a sport, you need to know what's going on. You can't just be blind and still doing what the Gracies are doing from 30 years ago. Like, you got to update your jiu-jitsu a little bit. So, again, could be half guard, could be passing. I'm here. So, instead of doing all the shrimping, which you probably should do if you're beginners, try to shrimp out. But sometimes you can go for this octopus type position, okay? If I feel like I can't get the back, I'm kind of stuck and I'm going for it, I can just keep driving forward. So if you look at this, it's like a hip bump sweep, right? Just like the one Helena does. Well, not from close guard, but I'm gonna just hip bump into them. Move this guy back a little bit and take him over. Boom. And line up on the half guard. So that works really well. You can also try the Craig Jones move here. You know, so it's like a counter for either they're going for Darce or they're trying to counter the octopus by going for a Darce. He keeps driving while pushing the hip away and comes over the top. And, once you take the back, great position. Oh, shoot, I'm not even looking. Yeah, great position. Jiu-jitsu, we call this spread the chicken, man. Man, spread the chicken. Some of you said this is what Josiah want to do to Grippo, but, that's inappropriate. My MMA guys, you just start throwing punches. Yeah. Throw those punches. Simple. You ain't got to be smart to do that. Just throw the punch. That's what the Gracies used to do. Sit there, slap the head, slap. Oh, he coming up. Boom. That's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu 101. Put the joke on him. That's Gracie. That's Gracie Cabatas, Gracie University, Gracie everything. Right there. Slap, and choke. That's old jiu-jitsu right there. That's Kano. Did Kano do that? I don't know if Kano was doing that. That had to be the Gracies. Who else was thuggish enough to do that? Who else was slapping people in the Speedo? Kano did not envision that, everybody. Kano will be rolling around in his grave. He saw that. These people wearing Speedos. You got a man in a Speedo mounting you. That's what Josiah be dreaming of that. You got a dude in a Speedo slapping you. Try to choke you out. That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff right there. Oh, he's got to use the basement. When did he send it? Let me see. Yeah, he just slapping you. Boo, boo, boo. Let me see how much time I got. I think Evan's got to use the basement. And, you can do your choke, too. I did rear naked choke here. Boom. Pretty basic stuff. I don't know if I need to show rear naked choke. You can go for the collar. That's what we did earlier. Go for the collar grip. Boom. You can roll them over. Now you're in the back. And we already did this bow and arrow choke, right? Just here, control the pant. Throw the leg over. You go for your choke, right? Boom. You're not going to do that no-gi unless they turn their back. They probably won't turn their back from there. I do want to talk about butterfly guard. That is an important move. We're just kind of going over everything. Hopefully Evan's okay. I might be too long for him. Let's see. We'll keep streaming unless I get in trouble, and I'll stop streaming. So now we're gonna look at some butterfly guard. Now we're gonna look at some butterfly guard. So you're hearing butterfly guard. Really important when you're playing butterfly guard. Don't let them put you on your back if you can control it. And don't let them, for the love of God, don't let them get the body lock. Okay, body lock pass. Yeah, don't let them get there. If you're going against Nicky Rod or someone, it's going to be tough. And then it's just too late if you let them get all that. So something I've been working on, I'll share it with you guys, just how to beat this position. So as soon as I feel this, some of the 10 Planet guys, they will push your head away with both hands, a stiff arm. That can work, but puts a lot of pressure on your neck. So what I like to do, it's not cheating, but I make like a little, I make a fist. I'm gonna get my thumb in there, and all I'm gonna do is just drive my hand. It could be open hand, could be just my thumb, my fingers. I'm just gonna drive that into the neck, and use that to create some space. And try to sit up, okay? As soon as I'm able to push them up, note I'm also using my legs to get them up and off to the side. Once I do that, I'm going to look for the belt grip. There. And now I'm looking for the arm grip. I'm going to look for the belt grip and arm grip. And then from here, all I'm going to do, using my hook, I'm going to pull that arm and sweep to the side. So when you guys do this, don't put your back on the floor again. You got to turn to the side. So what I notice people doing, they try to sit back and then sweep, but I need to sit to the side. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate real fast. Boom. So notice I'm not sitting back and then sweeping. I sit to the side and then back. So yeah, not terrible. I'm gonna suggest you guys drill this move. Try to drill it. I know Greg Solders and ecological people don't like drilling, but I think you need to drill that muscle memory, because otherwise, how is your body going to be prepared for that kind of movement? You can't do that ecologically. You need to drill a little bit. So get some repetitions in. Get to the side and sweep. So yeah, grab the elbow, and I'm pulling Kazushi. I need to off balance, okay? My legs are strong. I'm hooking, making sure I keep his legs. Belt strong, belt grip is strong. I'm pulling and going to the side. It's hard to describe and over online, but that's what I got to do. There's no other way. Boom, just like that. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of things he can do to get out of this. In Nogi, what we see in Nogi now, you're probably not going to see anybody hit a butterfly sweep outside of Marcelo Garcia. But in Nogi, what we see, in Nogi, what we see, I'm going to, what we see is they can use this to get into an ashi, the wedge entry. So if they get you off balanced, what they're going to do, they're going to attack that inner leg, that inside leg. So when they get you off balance with the butterfly guard or Kazushi, whatever they want to call it, here, they're able to get on this leg, okay, and get the cross ashi, Eddie Cummings style. Pavel does this too, okay. Usually this leg's going to be underneath them. So there's a few things they can do. One thing they can do is sweep you backwards. Okay. Yeah, they can just sweep you backwards. When they sweep you backwards, now you're in the ashi, perfect position for that heel hook. You see right here? See that foot dangling? Perfect position for that heel hook. And they're going to tear your leg off. So, if they get that heel, all they got to do is rotate, and your leg going to be gone if you don't know the defense. So if you watch Gabrielle's match, that's what happened with Gabrielle. What she did, she tried a running man, but her heel was still trapped. So she didn't escape her heel. So she tried running man, and then, the girl was able, Elizabeth Clay was able to tear that leg off. So, and this is what her leg looked like too, because Elizabeth Clay rolled in. She went in towards the leg into a backside position, and then she started tearing that leg off. Yeah. So if you don't know what you're doing, especially nogi, they can tear your leg off. So yeah, again, butterfly guard, butterfly ashi, whatever you want to call it. Off balance. I don't even know if Evan messaged me. Did you message me back, Evan? Yes, Evan. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, so they off balance you. Yeah, so off balance into the wedge entry. Here. Saddle 411. Okay. So they're going to knock you back. If they can't knock you back, like you're trying to put pressure on them, what they're going to do, they're going to turn and rotate you anyway. And now you're in the same position. You're in the same position. You might end up in a backside position. Not the best thing for you guys, okay? Oy. But those are two big attacks: butterfly, kazushi, wedge entry. There's some other attacks too, but I think those are pretty good ones. I mean, the other basic attack, they go from butterfly into just ashi from standing. Or we could just say that as X guard, basically. Okay. So they're just pulling you up, underhooking the leg. Boom. From here, they got sweeps for days. They can go foot on the hip, single leg X. They can go modified X, foot on the hip. You see a lot of guys go that cross X. A lot of the ALJ guys are going for like this entry from here, reverse X guard, swooping you backwards. So even if you do gi, you got to watch out for people in no gi. Yeah, the people in no gi will attack your legs too. So I don't know what else to say for you guys. If you don't defend yourself, that's if you guys don't defend your legs, somebody's gonna grab your legs nowadays if you don't know how to defend. So that's a really basic attack. Butterfly guard to ashi. Just underhook the leg as you pull. Okay. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of just single leg X anymore because, I train with Lucas Lepre. It's not a good position for Lucas. But if you can get that inside hook, the butterfly ashi hook, you're good too. You have the ankle lock here. If my partner had longer legs, ankle lock's there. You can sweep, come up, sweep. You got the technical stand sweep, reverse X. You got a lot of different options, just to knock the person off balance. Okay. So you got a lot of different options, bro. We covering everything today. Where my haters at, bro? Where my haters at? I can't wait for the haters to get back on here. I want to see their technique videos. Where are your technique videos at haters? Come on. Where are my haters at, bro? I can't wait to see my haters. We did some guard passing earlier. Let's look at some guard passing too. I'm just riffing right now. I could talk about jiu-jitsu for a couple hours, but I think I got a time limit now. So we did some tripod passing, camping passing. Just to kind of recap what that is. So you're passing. So you're passing. And control the hip, control the leg. And, this leg usually going to be between your legs. And I can stay here. I can tripod. I can, shuffle step. I can back step. Just keep weight on your partner, okay? Keep weight on your partner. Especially I have the hip grip and the leg grip. You can do this move no-gi too, but I'm trying to keep weight. And look at my weight. You guys usually, your feet are flat on the floor. This microphone needs to. But I'm up on my toes, really. I'm up on my toes. And I'm driving. Just imagine you're leaning all your weight, like dead weight, onto your training partner. I mean, don't do that to a real person, but I'm trying to lean all my weight onto my partner, okay, and just make them carry that weight, okay. And it's kind of hard to figure out how to do that. You just gotta train. So all my haters over there, where are my haters at? You guys don't train, so how are you gonna do this stuff? All my haters over there, if you're not training, how are you gonna do all this stuff? I'm trying to see if the video is still going. Oh, we dropped some frames. Are you guys still good? So, shuffle step, I can back. That audio is good though, bro. Say what you guys want to say. This audio good. But yeah, I'm on my toes. I'm leaning forward. What the heck just happened? Give me 1 second. I can't see. Something happened to my chat. There we go. I can't see my chat. Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah, I'm leaning forward, driving forward. It's hard to explain online, like how to do that. It's just like you gotta relax, but feel heavy at the same time. And you don't strain. Let gravity. I mean, what does judo say? I'm gonna hit you with gravity. I'm gonna throw you with gravity. What do they say, Mush? They're gonna let gravity do the work. Same thing when you're passing. I will say, if you watch ALJ people and Ted look at their hips and their movement. So while they are driving into you, their legs and hips are moving too. So you're not just fighting their upper body, you're fighting their hips. the hips are driving into you as well, and that really helps adjust the weight. Because people. I mean, if you're living and breathing, you're moving, so you can't just stay static. You have to move and adjust and drive in, and it's hard to really describe that unless you guys train. So all my haters, where are you guys at? I know can't do that shit. We have knee cut passes. Boom. I think I want to talk about half guard. Half guard. Halfy guardi. Knee shield, half guard. This is some position that you guys always get stuck in. They're gonna block you guys. So, it is a tough position to deal with. I've been watching a lot of Lucas. Something he does, I don't think I can do it. I don't know if he has a leg weave. That's one way you can get past it, but I mean, it doesn't really work too well at black belt. Leg weave kind of tough to get a black belt, but it still does work. Let me turn this battery up. There you go. Yeah, leg weave does work. So they have a knee shield. My hand goes under, grab the pant, and I'm driving onto that knee shield leg. Other hand's grabbing the gi, the collar. It's very similar to the camping tripod. It's like in the same family. So here, come up, pass through. That works pretty good. It can be hard to get that grip if they're a really good guard player. They're gonna fight you with their grips and stuff. It's even hard to force half guard. Something I've been watching AOJ guys do. They get this grip, and instead of fighting, they just do a backwards roll. So backwards roll. Hopefully I don't kick anything. Backwards roll over the knee shield. I'm glad I didn't kick the wall. So backwards roll over that, and now I'm going to turn back in towards the upper body, the lower body actually. So let me scoot away for that one. So yeah, so there. Leg weave grip under the leg, collar grip. They go for backwards roll into a bridge. If you guys can't do that, well, don't try it. So bridge. Oh, right there to the side. Get the 3 points. I think I hurt myself. You guys gonna watch me hurt myself on a live stream. That works pretty well, pretty amazing if you can do it. If you can't get past that, there's a couple different options, we can recenter them. So open up the leg. Kind of like Homo Bahal style. Open the leg up and keep the collar grip. And then you're going to go for a knee cut. That works pretty well too. So here, can't get past the knee cut. I'm going to stand up, get off your knees. I know we got older people here, but stand up. Now I'm going to keep the pant. As I keep the pant, I'm going to drive that past my body. Other hand, grab the collar, knee cut. And from here, usually they're going to look for underhook. Okay, that works. So what I'm going to do, a couple of different things I need to do. Kind of hard to see. I need to let go of the collar. Or I can keep it or let go. I'm probably going to let go cross face here. I like to do this pass too, the chiropractor stretch. So I'm going to grab under the back, make a good grip. You guys can hear that fabric. let go of the pant, and grab for the hip. And this is called the chiropractor because I'm going to pull the hip towards me, and I'm going to drive the shoulder into the head. And why does it keep doing that? I'm going to drive the shoulder into the head and twist the spine. So usually they're going to let you get the pass. They're going to have to give up the pass. So I'm going to pull this and push the head away. So it can be kind of tough. If you're not very flexible, it's kind of hard. What you guys can't see is my knee is on the floor. The leg that's in the half guard is still on the floor. So I'm pulling that up. Where's Jer at? Jer know this one. Where's Jer and Dusty at? You know, I'd be terrorizing them. So I'm gonna twist. And something that helps me twist, I need to go up a little bit, and I got to move up a little bit. So twist. It's hard to see. Let me bring that over here. We did this in the Home of the Hall video. So I'm pulling this. My butt's kind of showing. Family show. So I'm pulling the hip and twisting the head, and then they just let that leg come out. Boom. From here, I can stay here. They might try to go for an underhook, which is fine. You know, they might have. That's probably the only thing they can do. They can't really shrimp out. But as soon as I feel that underhook, I'm gonna go knee on belly under their arm. Okay. From here, I'm in a good position. There's not much they can do. There's no foot. My foot's gone. My foot. They can't get that foot no more. It gone. I can go knee on belly. Oh. Threaten the choke. Old school cross collar choke. Boom. Punch choke. Boom. When I threaten that collar, usually they're gonna push. When they push, we got that arm bar. They go to push. Right there. I'm just gonna sit. Bring my knee, shin into the armpit. Sit. Control the arm, and it's over at that point, right? So, and notice I'm gonna keep that collar grip too. Here. Oh. So yeah, if you want to get good at jiu-jitsu, you gotta be able to pass that half guard. Homo Bahal, Leandro Lowe, Lucas, Marcelo, Mendez. You can't even get half guard on the Mendez brothers. I'm trying to think of some other good half guard passers. My friend Chase was really good at passing half guard. I would just be careful doing that Marcelo back turn now, because we talked about octopus guard. If you let someone get that octopus guard, like you're in half guard. Yeah, you're in half guard, and you let them get that octopus guard. Like I'm turning my back. I'll just try to demonstrate it. Now they can sweep me, or they can take my back. So that's like the worst case, you know. I let them get on my back, let them choke me. Help me. You know, it's pretty bad. So you guys got to be careful with that. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. There are ways to defend that choke. Or the back take. I think Joseph Chin does a really good job. Him and Craig be switching and countering each other. Just don't do the back turn. Try to face them, because if you get the back hit with the back turn, you're gonna get into a scramble, and if they know the position better, that happened to me at ADCC Atlanta. I went for octopus guard. Motherfucker countered my ass. I thought I was okay. Got countered. So yeah, when you're passing half guard, yeah, when you're passing half guard and they go to turn, and you're here, it's just tough because they have the half guard on you. It might be different if you're passed, because then you could throw this leg over. You know, that's what a lot of the B team guys do. They just jump the leg over. You can do that, but now Craig has the other move where he can push your hip and go for your back. So we can negate all that crazy stuff by just face them. I don't care if they got a knee shield. Face them. Leg weave. Stand up. I call that the homolo pass. You know, the panic collar. Knee cut. Bring your knee up. Stand up. You could just, you guys could just stand up and reset. Sometimes, if you're in a bad position, just stand up and reset. And then you can pass. You know, we did kind of tripod, camping pass. There's a lot of passes. You know, Toriando, X pass. You guys can grab the legs. You know, you can grab these legs right here. Grab these legs, these short legs. Grab these legs, okay? You got Toriando. Hit that, both sides. Leg drag, boom. Get past the leg. Yeah, good leg drag can do a lot of work for you. That leg drag. That's good. A lot of different stuff. Over under, we did over under too. You guys got a lot of different options, man. Yeah, over under. Just be careful they clear this arm. Me and Tony get into this battle a lot. He tries to clear that arm, and I have to do some crazy magic stuff to get out of that. Headquarters. We didn't even talk about headquarters. You know, just keeping the leg up. Yeah, just get there. Now, most black belts aren't going to let you get here. That's the issue. When I go lower belts, they let me get here, but when I'm fighting black belts, foot's on the bicep, collar sleeve, a deep lasso sweep, something. There's always something. X guard, worm guard, some type of guard is going to be there, but lower belts will let you get here. And man, you can do whatever you want, really. Keep that knee on the chest. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, right there. Cross grip, face crank grip, as John Thomas likes, Control the arm. I was doing this the other day. I can knee cut from the cross collar, or the collar, face crank grip. They try to turn in towards me, I'm going to choke. If you try to turn like that and get the underhook, I'm going to go for the choke. I need you guys to make sure you're getting good grips. When you get in your position, get your grip. I told you guys to have strong wrist flexion. So I'm not going to leave my wrist like this. I'm going to pull my wrist like you're doing a bicep curl. I'm in Jersey, so bicep curl. And then go cross. Here. I can finish the choke here. I can go to knee on belly. I can go to mount. Sometimes I can even sit backwards too. So you have different options with the finish. So here, knee, to mount, or you roll. So a lot of different options. We did talk about chokes. Make sure you guys, I think I was cheating, but elbow tight, okay? I'm gonna have to get much to get the details for you guys. But yeah, elbow tight, get under the neck, and I'm pulling with my back. And something I need you guys to realize: chokes are slow. Sometimes you guys be blowing all your energy in 2 seconds. You got to hold off for at least 30 seconds. Can you hold off for 30 seconds? Some of you guys can't. So when I pull, I'm squeezing and squeezing. I keep holding. If it's not working, I try to adjust and get another pull. Hold. I'm monitoring my partner. You know, worst case, it's not working. I'll just let go. And there's no point in you going for this. Say you got it off. Everything's off. You keep pulling, burn yourself. You better off letting go. Worst case, you end up in closed guard. You might lose points because that was a sweep if you were in half guard, and then you move down to closed guard. That is a sweep. So I mean, boo-hoo. Where are my haters at, man? Where are all the haters at? That's what I want to do to them. Put the choke on them, and in a grappling setting. They don't train though. Where my haters at, man? We've covered a lot of stuff. We got about 30 minutes, so I'm just gonna BS it now. Yeah, if you can't do the collar choke, one of my homeboys, Chew, purple belt. He just now discovered the armbar triangle omoplata triple attack. He just now discovered that, so shout out to him. You know, usually I'm attacking something, the guy goes to push away. Look, if I can't get the choke, I'm gonna switch to armbar, high guard. From here I have armbar. If he pulls this arm out, Look, triangle. Okay. I can't get the triangle, omoplata. I mean that sequence is older than me, and it works. You guys, you got to have some foresight in your attacks, and realize most time your first attack are not going to work. The first attack usually won't work. Yeah, the first attack not going to work. So you got to plan contingencies, and I don't know. Some of you guys, you put all your eggs in one basket, and you drop the basket. Spread your eggs out a little bit just in case, because something might catch the person, you know. So again, we'll go over that attack. I went for cross choke, missed it, armbar. Person pushing off me, armbar, high guard. Can't get that. Triangle, can't get that omoplata. Sometimes you can't get that. You might go to matrix, you know, if they stand up. So I'm going to go over that a couple times, let you guys see that. Because, you know, we got a lot of white belts over here. A lot of people white belts, at least on the live stream, they white belts. So close guard into the other sequences. And don't sleep on this high guard. This high guard is good. You know, I wish I could do it more often. My leg's too short. But if I could, I would use it more. I would use more closed guard. But you know, I just can't do it like I would like to. So here, I have armbar. I just bring the leg over the head. You know, of course, I'm gonna control the shoulder, old school style. Crossover. Boom. I can't get that. They pull the arm out. Triangle. Can't get that. Omoplata. And we talked about this. I need to make sure they can't jump across me. You know, they're going to counter me. I also need to make sure, see how this arm is floating? I need to make sure it's in my near hip. If it goes far hip, they're gonna pass your guard or escape pretty easily by pulling that way. So I need to make sure they can't jump over by framing. So your hand's gonna be moving. Just accept that your hand's gonna have to move. Push the hip, grab the leg, push this back over, and when I can, I'm gonna try to sit up. Sometimes it's gonna be really hard to sit up. Sometimes you won't be able to, so that might be tough. I'll need a real uke to tell you how to do that stuff. But from here, I sit up, push arm into my hip, and I'm gonna close the distance. Get my chest to their back, chest to back pressure, legs to the side. You know what to do. Okay. And usually I'm going to have an underhook or something on this side, pulling myself up. Oh. Worst case, that's starting to slip. I can switch the wrists, give them a nice little wrist lock. Worst case, that slips all out. I'm in the turtle position. Okay. And then we talked about this, I can control the body, underhooks, body lock, cross collar grips. Go for instead of seatbelt grip, go for the choke, the cross grip choke, cross choke. And there's some more stuff. I can keep going for it. I could probably go on for like a couple of days on this. I got a little time limit because Evan said I have to stop. I wish I could keep streaming with you guys. I wish. I'm not the boss right now. One day I'll be the boss, but not right now. I do want to talk about some turtle. Can I do turtle with this thing? I was talking to someone about turtle. Let's see if I can figure that out. I don't know if I want this thing turtle in me. I ain't Josiah. I ain't Josiah. Josiah, where you at? You can't even get on here. But again, shout out to everybody that donated. We had a couple donations. Thank you. Some people that couldn't donate, they just weren't able to. Thank you to YouTube. YouTube sucks sometimes, don't it? We cover a lot of moves. Like I said, I can keep going. We might have to do this again. We'll plan it better next time. We'll plan it better so you guys can get your money ready, and we'll do it when it's not Christmas, so you guys actually have some money. Is there anything else I wanted to do? We did Uma Plata. We did a lot of stuff. I hope you guys enjoying these videos because I know your favorite grappler is not doing it. Your favorite grappler is not gonna live stream and talk to you guys and share techniques for free. Well, I was getting paid though. Never mind. But it's true. Your favorite grappler ain't going to spend time with you guys like I do. So where my haters at, bro? I thought the haters would be here. Where are they at? Where my haters at, man? That's who I want to see the hater. Where the haters at? Where are my haters? They busy. Where are my haters? You guys know I got haters. Where are they at? I'm looking for you guys. When I call the haters out, they know where to be found. They ain't got no profile picture. They can't tell you where their gym is. They don't even train. Where my haters at? I think there should be a rule where you can train with your haters. What do you guys think? I think there should be a rule where the haters got to train. I need the haters to trade. And let's see. They might kick my ass. Let's do it. I don't care. Come on, haters. Where you guys at? They be talking so much shit. Where you guys at, man? I'm right here. I think I might do a bolo. That might be what I'm going to do. I got about 20 minutes before I told Evan I'll get out of here. So let's do a bolo, basic bolo. If you can't invert, you can't do that Granby roll, no bolo for you. If you can't Granby roll, no bolo for you. No, you can't do bolo. Yeah, if you can't Granby roll, no bolo. So we're going to start in a double guard position. I'm here. So usually you're gonna get this outside pummel into a De La Hiva. Uh, you can hold the pant, or if they have pants on, or ankle if it's nogi. So it's a Granby roll. I mean, what else is there to say? It's a Granby roll. So if you can't do a Granby roll, you're probably not ready for bolo. So I'm gonna Granby roll, and my goal is to get my head in that hamstring space. Hamstring space. It's a hard word to say. So I'm gonna try to go under, grab the pant. I'm looking. So look at my elbows tucked in. Free hand's gonna grab the hip, the belt, the pants, and I'm trying to go under, right where the buttocks is. No Josiah on that one. No Diddy. So I'm trying to pull myself under. And my butt's kind of showing, but as I do that, I'm here. There's different things I can do. I can roll all the way through, and as I do that, I'm in a crab ride position. This is kind of what the meows show. But notice my hand's always under my hip. That's how I elevate my hips. But if you don't have that hand under your hip, that's why you guys have trouble. Your butt be flat. Your butt's flat, stuck. So shrimping, Granby rolls, bolos, I need that hand under my hip, that elbow under my hip. From here, there's different leg positionings I can do. The most basic one, I'm going to grab the far leg, and I'm going to put my foot into the crook of the knee, and now I'm going to pull like I'm going for a shoulder roll, like pulling the dummy on top of me. Now I start climbing my way up the back, okay? Horse collar grip. Horse, H-O-R-S-E. Hopefully you guys can hear something else. Horse collar grip. And take the back. Let me do that a couple times. It's good practice for me. So yeah, again, I think I do the other side this time. So outside pummel, aka De La Hiva. Again, watch my elbows, everybody. You guys be missing the elbow grip. Elbow grip. De La Hiva. Grab the waistband, the pant. Go to your shoulder. From here, grab. Now you guys can't even see me. Yeah, so I'm here in this inverted position. I think you guys can see me. Okay, I'm here in this inverted position. You see how my elbow is down. Now I can't lift my hips. I wouldn't be able to do a good crab ride here. So I got to make sure this is under my elbow, under my hip, right? That way I can adjust from here. I can even pass this leg across. And now I have like a closed guard on the legs. So when I pull, I'm on the back. So that's what you see the Meow Bros do like every day, every Bolo Monday. On the back, you have the body triangle. How much time I got? I have 15 minutes. We got to end in a little bit, guys. At the body triangle, collar grip. I am a little cheating here. You see I'm over, so I probably need to go under. I can break the rules, though. You guys can't break the rules like me. I probably need to go under. I might cheat and go over. But I can always switch. Look, I can switch. hit them on the other side, right? Let me do that bolo one more time. I gotta go in a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Wish I could stay longer, but time limit for everything. So again, outside Pommel de la Hiva, aka De La Hiva. Why Nogi guys gotta change everything? Here. So, you know, if you have trouble doing the Grammy roll, I'm pulling myself with the grips and my head's close to my knee. Usually you guys can't do this because you go outward. There is a face bolo. My neck's a little jacked up, but there is a face bolo you could do where you post on your head and then swivel. Not very good for your neck. So, invert here. If I can't get this, hair's all over the place, but if I can't get this, I can go into a crab ride. So, the difference between the bolo and the crab ride is the hooks. So you see how I have an inside position. You can call this a wedge hook. I could go for a wedge back take here. Get into like I can get into like I was about to say crucifix, a rubber, what's that called? Twister? Yeah, twister. Or I can get into a crab ride, which is kind of tough with the dummy. He can't really move well. But if I can get that twister hook, which I think is impossible with this guy's leg, I might pull his leg off. If I can get that twister hook, I got it. Can you guys see? Can you see that twister hook? Get that twister hook. Look at that, I got it. Uh-oh. I got that twister hook. Look at that little leg. I got that little leg in there. Climb up the body. Where my haters at, man? Where are these haters at? Woo! My haters, if you watching this, where are you guys at? Let's go. Come on, let's go. I'm ready for you guys. Where are the haters at? Where are all the haters in the comment section? Where are they? I'm ready to go. Let's go. Mush, we need a segment where the haters got to roll with us. Can we set that up, Mush? Where are these haters at, man? I'm ready to go. Let's go. Oh. Where are the haters at? I can't wait to roll those haters. They said their tummy hurt. They said they got a boo-boo. They can't roll. They got a boo-boo. Where are my haters at, man? All this content, where are the haters at, man? They're going to talk shit on me regardless. Where are my hate? Oof, I'm riled up. I wish I could go another hour. I got to stop, though. But shout out to everybody. Thanks for making this possible. Appreciate you. It's actually pretty fun, you know. It's fun to share techniques, even though I don't like to do that all the time. But, hey, listen, I'm ready, bro. Where are my haters at? Ooh. That would be a nice show where I get to beat up the haters in the comments. I would pay money for that, actually. I would pay some good money to beat up on some haters, bro. On the comment, you know, the haters, the bots in the comments. I would pay some good money, man. All right, guys, that's it. I got to pack up this stuff and move it back before Evan gets down here. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Thank you to everybody that donated. We raised some good money. I'll make sure it goes to the people it needs to go to. And that's it, man. Who else is doing this, bro? Who else doing this? They can't do it. First off, they're not crazy enough to do it. Second off, they can't do it. They're too busy. All right, guys, thank you. I'm going to jump off of here and let Evan do what he needs to do. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the regular show. Keep training, train hard, be safe. That's all I can say. I had nothing else to say. Train. If nothing else, just train. I think I've been doing this for almost 4 hours. Yeah. I feel good, bro. I'm ready. Ooh, I'm ready to go. You guys got to train. No amount of watching content is going to make you good. It ain't going to make you good. You need to train. You need to drill. You do the ecological too. Do something, man. I'm just tired of haters on here. Don't train. Talk shit. How you talk shit? You don't even train. All right, everybody, that's it, man. Let me get out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the regular show. Regular show. Training dummy, thank you, train. I'm sitting on a training dummy. That's what I do in training too. Thank you, bro. You did good. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow, God willing. And I'm out of here. Until next time.